I call the shots, I never call it quits. Trust my intuition, bet it's right and bitch, it often is. Seen too many others come and go, they had the wrong intent. Do it out of love and never for it, then I watch it get bigger than expected. No second guess it, I let it set in. It's God's plan, we out here only accepting blessings. I'm stuck with it, this mindset is terminal. In and out different terminals, leveling up is personal. And I already made it, y'all can miss me. It's hard to believe I made something from nothing. No hindsight discussions, I've been writing, I love it.
Welcome to the 3 Gig Sports Podcast, where we are never wrong, just sometimes misinformed. This is Danny G, sitting alongside Rio and Jimmer today, and we've got some good shit to talk about tonight, boys. Nice Friday evening, enjoying some beverages as we kick this bad boy off. Rio, as we get started, I had to ask you one question, okay? And this isn't like a sarcastic question, it's legit. You've talked about your place down in Texas a few different times, and one of the last podcasts, you called it a homestead. Like, is it a legitimate homestead in Texas, like where you gotta bring the water in and all that stuff, or is that just a word you were using?
No, that's I think what I was referring to is trying to homestead it as a property, because you get property tax cuts.
Okay.
So.
I got it. I thought about that the other day when I was listening.
We're out in the country.
He ladles his water. He goes
bringing buckets.
He goes
everything, right?
He goes that old hick farmer hot tub where they have like an old bathtub, put it up on some bricks and then put a flame underneath.
But, for the longest time growing up, that's how we had to use the water hose, was pump it to get out of the water out of the well.
Yeah.
Now, of course, they had water inside, but like to use the water hose outside, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
got it. All right. So you're not as hardcore as what I was wondering.
No. You take one look at this dude, and I didn't need to ask that question. I already knew he wasn't hard.
Dude, I am full rock under the table.
Yeah, maybe because we were talking because there was a chance of talking about.
Okay.
No doubt.
Says a guy soft as puppy shit over there.
Yeah, absolutely.
with the O on his head over there. Well, we've got some news and notes to talk about. We're going to give you a little bit of a preview of the games for this weekend. Talk about kind of who we're betting on as far as that goes. Of course, we've got Rio's randoms and things like that. But, hey, let's kick it off over there, Jimmer.
Have a guest coming on Sunday.
We do.
Big time.
He's a stud.
He is. Not getting the recognition he needs, but
yeah, give him a shout out.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and my boy Malachi Bassey Johnson.
That's right.
And we're gonna try to boost that even more. So
yeah, Mason City High School basketball player. He's a junior over there. If you guys haven't seen him, he's a stud.
Yeah.
He's been playing AAU, traveling basketball, everything since. I don't know. Basically, he was 5 years old. Like, as soon as he could walk, they had him out there, right?
Yeah.
Absolute stud in the court. We're going to get him out here, give him his first chance to get an interview.
Yep.
Things like that before he ends up going to college here in a couple years. So, definitely look forward to that.
Yep. All right, let's get her rolling. The Kings are no longer pursuing Ben Simmons from the 76ers, even though they were very eager to land the star point guard. And will pursue other trade opportunities before the trade deadline. They are currently looking at Pistons for Jeremy Grant, Pacers Domantas Sabonis, or Miles Turner. Evidently, the Sixers are not coming up off their ridiculously high price, and they made that clear to them for Ben Simmons, who is nowhere near ready to get back on the court with the Sixers with his mental health, he says. Rich Paul, his agent, says, I should say.
That's crazy. I saw it come across the Kings are potentially in play, and I don't know. It's weird because he's a point guard, and then it comes out that they're looking for big men. I believe as well. Those guys are, but
they're trying to do anything. So they did put that. They're trying to do anything to surround De'Aaron Fox. They're trying to not waste his. Because they're like 18 and 27 or something like that. But
yeah. If I'm the Sixers, get something for him. He's not playing for you.
Yeah.
Get something for him because this guy.
And didn't you say that they offered like a first rounder or 2 first rounders or something like that? And
yeah, there was a trade that come out that got sent to them, and it was just like, what the
from
heck
them,
are you doing?
I thought it was from the Kings, the original offer.
Possibly, yeah.
I think it was
I can't remember which one I'd seen.
It was, so I think, and so I actually meant to say something. That was a podcast you guys were on where I was out. I think part of the reason they rejected it is because they wanted Tobias Harris too. So that wasn't just Ben Simmons things, but the Sixers really value Tobias Harris. I mean, he's got paid. He's a big part of their team. So they wanted Ben and Tobias for what they were offering.
Oh, okay.
That's why I think that's why they ultimately said no.
Okay.
Because Tobias is important to that team too. Obviously more now than Ben, right? But
Absolutely.
yeah.
That's
Either
what it
way,
is.
they want a lot more than they're going to get for him. So
Right. And they're just going to end up not using him or getting anything out of it is what it's going to be. Dabo Sweeney says he is against the professionalism of college athletics. He says he's not against nil, but that we need to keep the focus on graduation, incentivizing graduation, and do everything we can to modernize and improve the scholarship in addition to these nil opportunities. I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with him. I
don't disagree with him because you look at all these guys, how many of those top athletes are actually going to school all 4 years? They're not. They're jumping out after that third year. And some of those years are actually only 2 playing because some of those years are redshirt years, right? It's just you got to be 3 years in the program. So some of those guys sit a year, whatever, play 2 years, and then those high draft picks leave. Yeah, we've totally got away from, you are getting an education. It's totally got away from that. It's you're getting money is what it is now.
And what he was also bringing up is that he's like 98% of these guys are not going to play professional football. And then you're getting away from the college education part where you can take that on and further yourself in your life.
Right, because say you jump to the NFL, right, and you sputter out and don't have that money. Well, you can't go back and get nil deals, right? And so you're out of money. You don't still have your scholarship. So how are you going to go back to like Ohio State and afford those fundings?
Especially if you blew through that money.
Exactly. So
am I the only one that thinks that the nil deals might actually help them stay in school?
Yeah, no, yeah. I do. We talked on that a little bit. Say you get those guys that aren't the stud athlete, but they're good college athletes, and they're like, heck yeah, man, dude, I can just stay in school and keep getting this money, make a couple million, get my degree, and then if I'm good enough to go to the NFL, sure. If not, I've got a great degree and I got a couple million in my back pocket, right?
Yeah, I just think it's hard. Like, the only way to convince the players to stay is, like, you as the coach, as a recruiter, you have to be able to say, listen, exactly what you just said, Jimmer, 98% are not going to make it to the NFL. Here's what we do at this school to help you prepare for the likelihood that you're not going to make it to the NFL. I think you have to do better for kind of recruiting on that end as far as that stuff goes, because the studs are going to leave. And I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but Dabo's got a shitload of 5- and 4-star guys that are going to bail after a couple years. So I mean, he could set the standard, right, as far as that goes. I don't know. I think the nil deals will help them stay because they're actually getting some money out of it, where in the past they didn't. So I don't really understand his argument, to be honest with you.
I think I'm gonna go with that. If that's kind of a question you're leaning towards, I'm gonna go with that. They just don't have the money that the rest of the universities have to throw. They don't have the support system as some of these other ones, that they don't have the coinage to be tossing the $1 million, which makes it more difficult for him to go get those 5 stars that he really wants and that he could and was used to getting.
Good point.
It's got to be that, right? In my opinion, it's got to be something like that.
Yeah.
Like, if you have a problem with what you guys are saying, because I think you guys are correct in that you're going to get guys like, for instance, Iowa's Jordan Bohannon and stuff like that. They're going to stay. They're going to stay longer because they're not going to make it in the league. This is the most money you are going to earn in a chunk in your life. So why wouldn't you stay longer?
So I wonder if he's putting out these comments because right before early signing period, he had a bunch of decommitments that ultimately did not come to the school, and he slipped in the rank. Right,
that goes to Jimmer's point. Yeah.
They slid down in the rankings, and then obviously you don't get that talent coming on campus. So I wonder. And
I bet you they just don't have the guys with as deep of pockets as some of these other ones that die hard about their universities, or boosters, so to speak. Or boosters usually own businesses, right?
Yeah.
Now, I do believe that there should be, I hate to say that because that's like governing shit, and I think we have way too much of that in life anyway. But I think you got to trim that down. And you know how they could actually do it is quite honestly what we've said before. Have the university pay the kids like when they're on the team. And we said that, like a flat rate, everybody gets this if you're on the team, right?
Yep.
And that's how you can do that. Now, can you go out and make your own fundage on the side? Yes. But if you just make it to where everyone's getting some coinage, you don't have to worry about finding a nil deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't like the potential of the culture it can create as well, because you can't tell me, all these people come out, oh, there's no jealousy whatsoever. Absolutely, there fucking is. You can't convince me otherwise. Starting quarterback's getting this, or even the second-string quarterback is getting,
Something like that.
100,000 for whatever, and if you're the third-string, fourth-string safety or something like that, you ain't getting that kind of money. You cannot tell me that.
Well, what did we report? We reported 6 digits, high 6 digits for Bryce Young before he ever took a snap.
Yeah.
Before he even they haven't even seen him out there.
Right.
Before he
So
took
imagine
as a starting
being,
quarterback.
Imagine being a guy that was, on the depth chart, but maybe had been there a year or two.
Yep. Or a walk on.
Yeah. Or what the hell?
that doesn't even have the scholarship either, so they have to worry about that too. On top of it.
I mean, sure, you can get the other side of it too, like, oh, I want to grind and get better, but ultimately, there's going to be guys who have it and guys who don't. Mm-hmm. That's how it is in life. Guys are going to be ballers and go to the NFL, and some guys will be on a college team and never play in the NFL. Mm-hmm. So that's why I think it swings the other way. There's going to be a whole lot of jealousy going on and creating you're going to have a little bit of rift in that locker room, I think.
Yeah, I mean, we're grown-ass men, and we'd feel that way. These are kids.
Yeah, kids.
Yep. Yeah, they're for sure going to be jealous. They're for sure going to have more of an issue with that stuff. So, yeah.
We have it at our place of work. Every day it's a normal conversation amongst everybody else about this person's getting paid more than me, and that person, and I should be getting this. And now they're going to take up give raises to bring up the starting cost for sure, and like the middle pack, but not give it to the higher paid guys already, which is whatever. But my point is, there's so much debate and argument, and I'm like, for fuck's sake, man. Mm-hmm. Like me personally, I don't really care, but you have that to his point. You're gonna have it no matter what.
Yeah, I think the nil deals, like, there's going to be issues. I think we have to see how it plays out over the next few years to really understand. I'm glad the kids are getting paid.
Yeah,
because
I mean,
right?
I'm not against it by any means.
Yeah,
you shouldn't be able to use shouldn't be able to use their name, image, or likeness,
right?
Like for instance, the video games and shit like that, just for whatever. You shouldn't be able to do that.
Right, but I think ultimately this helps not only college, but even the professional level, because you're going to get better, more experienced talent because they're going to be willing to stay. Now I can afford to live. I can, depending on the nil deal, I can buy my mom a house, right? I can take care of what I want to and still learn and develop and get into the league when I'm actually ready. Versus before, it was like, let's see, we're talking $5 million I'll make over there, nothing over here. Okay, I'm jumping ship right away, even if I'm not ready, right? So I think ultimately it's going to help, but yeah, there's definitely going to be some imbalance, I think, between the teams and riffs and stuff like that. But what do you do?
It's a hard thing to try to monitor or try to, hey, you can make money off of yourself and your name, image, and likeness, but you can't. But we're gonna put a cap. You only can make this much.
Yeah.
First off, how do you monitor that?
Right, and it kind of ties into the transfer portal too. I think you have to cap the transfer portal. I love that they get to use it.
Yeah.
I seen on Twitter people are complaining, and it's like, no,
they
absolutely, they should be able to use the portal because they make these decisions as kids, right? You commit to one place as a kid, but that coach never really commits if he'll be there all for. He may say
exactly, absolutely.
But he doesn't know,
and that's what I was going to get at. I was like, well, yeah, they make decisions as kids, and they might have made a mistake in their choice at first, but it also gets to. I might have committed to this university, but I committed to this guy because of what he pitched.
Yeah.
And now he left. Mm-hmm. Why do I have to stay when that's what I went with?
Right. But I think they need to cap it at like 2 times because you have some of these kids that are absolutely just going to chase the money. Oh, I'm not starting here. Let me go see what else I can get out there for
I would
money.
assume you mean one time. One transfer portal.
No, well, I don't know.
Well, where do you stop?
Cap it at 2. Cap it at
I think 2 is too much then.
It's really hard because
it's like you get to correct your mistake once. You get to correct any one of your other mistakes in life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, how many times do you get to go back and correct one of the
mistakes?
So
here's the thing, though. They got to use it once beforehand. They just lost a year eligibility. That's why I say 2.
So this is where,
but now they don't lose I'm saying now they don't lose that, so you should only get 1. They don't lose a year of eligibility though now.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, you do if you have played suited up for the team 4 times. More than 4 times, I believe, is what it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What were you saying?
That's why I was saying too.
I don't like blanket rules for anything.
Yeah.
So I think it's really situational, right? Let's say a kid bounces because the coach left, goes to this team. He's like, fuck yeah, let's go. That coach is successful. He bounces. Then he's like, well, I'm not going to be part of a rebuild. I want to be part of a good team, so I want to go again, right? So he's looking out for himself. He wants to be successful.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's situational. Some of them are just what you said, right? They're just like, fuck this. I'm going. I'm not going to be a starter here, so I'm going to go here, and they keep bouncing. And that's different.
Because you don't want to compete either.
Yeah.
Because you're also getting to that, too. It's like
Yep.
you don't want to compete because they brought a 5-star in or you had a rough patch. Well, you know what? Go get better.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Like, if we're talking a blanket, this is what it is versus it's just open. I'd much rather it just be open and figure it out. If you fuck up, then that's on you. You have to own that and you have to live with it, right? Yeah. My thought, I guess, on that.
Yep.
But
Old Rafi Nadal defeats Matteo Berrettini in 4 sets and advances to the Australian Open final. Nadal is now within 1 victory away from a record 21st Grand Slam singles title.
Cool.
doesn't matter.
Yeah. Does it
So
without,
can I? I'll go ahead and say it. First off, I don't know how much respect I have for this guy anyway because he's been complained about and brought up many times about his lagging time. You know, like where he had to go take an emergency pee, whatever, and then he takes like extended time because it throws the other opponent off, even though it's their serve.
So like calling a timeout, right?
Yeah, it's
like,
calling a timeout, and
yeah.
but regularly, and you're supposed to be on a certain time limit, right? But the biggest one is, does it really matter when you're not going against the defending champion and arguably the best tennis player in the world, and you had nothing but negative shit to say? Of course, you were glad to see him not be there because you don't want to face the best, and you would have gotten worked over.
Yeah, he's been around for a long time.
yeah, he has still going to be
Respect,
you know,
21 titles is still 21. I mean, 20
Right.
titles, 21 titles is still huge. So it isn't like I'm trying to say that he's bad. That is not what I'm getting at. It just, I guess when you stretch it that far, it's just.
Yeah, I think we're on the same page with this. Like, doesn't matter. You didn't actually play the champ on this.
The guy, the
Yeah.
defending champ. Probably going to get a dub. You know, it is what it is. It's going to be on his resume. And
At the end of the day, unless you're a casual fan, if you're a true diehard tennis fan, right? And there are some of them out there. If you guys listen to, God damn it, Dog. God, what is his name? Mad Dog.
Mad Dog, yeah.
Mad Dog. If you listen to him, he's a big tennis guy. He actually watches especially every major. He takes it very serious and he watches it. He enjoys it. You will always remember that you may have that one right there, but there's an asterisk in my mind. You did not face the best. You did not face the defending champion, and COVID got you there. To a certain extent. I mean, you still play hard, all that shit. I get that, but you still didn't face the best. Someone else didn't. It isn't even like he was even in the tournament to try, and someone else knocked him off before he got there or anything. He literally was not allowed to compete. So
going to be a win, and maybe some people will forget, but in the back of his head, he won't.
yeah, and
He'll know.
You'll still know, right? Like, yeah, you'd still know. Is my point.
Right.
It doesn't feel as accomplished, it shouldn't, I guess, if you're a real competitor.
No, because he had, what did he win? He won like the last 4 there, right? So you're not playing the best on that court. Like, it's just, you're not. And let me just say this, too, for the people that are listening. I don't think enough respect gets put on, so it's, how do you say his last name? Djokovic, right?
Yep.
So he has all the money and resources in the world to make a fake vaccine card, right? Mm-hmm. And he didn't do it.
Right.
He was honest. He went in, pled his case. He knew what could possibly happen, and he ultimately got kicked out of it. Like, if anything, that should make you respect him more because he was honest about everything. He could have just faked it, gone in, whooped everybody's ass, and left, right?
About his choice,
but he didn't.
too.
Yeah.
You know?
He was kind of upfront about that, like, this is my choice, and I'm not doing it. Mm-hmm. So I think that doesn't get talked about enough, but that's a big deal. He could have just faked it, and everybody would be like, oh, he's vaccinated, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. He didn't. He was honest.
Yeah.
Not enough people are.
Antonio Brown definitely wasn't.
Yeah, 100%.
Defensive coordinator Dan Quinn is returning to the Dallas Cowboys. Your boy, Jerry Jones, touched some light on that today about there was never an issue or anything with Mike McCarthy and the possibility of this. And Dan Quinn just told me that he turned down all those other jobs and just really wanted to return to the Cowboys. Go ahead.
I don't know if turned down, obviously. If you
He
were,
said turned down. So just so you know, that doesn't mean
Right.
putting word. Okay.
right, I understand that. Yeah, I don't know about turned down. Maybe you didn't get the final vote, the final nod, right?
Right.
And,
They couldn't have been looking too promising, right? Like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, if you
Man,
had a shot at it.
that Texans job, that fuck, anybody would want that, right?
Right. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe you had
Fuck
something
outta
like that, but
Right.
when you have some of these other ones, you know, like, and that are still up there, whether it be Miami, because it's still nice down there regardless, even if they're a shit run program. Minnesota. And other ones like
Speaking
that
of
are still going.
Minnesota. I did get to watch your guys' new GM's press conference.
Mhm.
Awesome. I like him.
You like him?
I do.
I didn't get
He
to see it yet.
first thing he talked about was family and his mom, and thanked his mom for getting him there and basically getting him through sports and through life and stuff like that. And it was pretty cool
Okay.
to see a guy do
That's
that
awesome.
right away.
I haven't been able to look at it yet.
haven't seen it either.
Usually I do. Like, I have the Vikings app and stuff. It's like
Yep.
your own team, but
I hate to talk about the Vikings, but yeah, that was cool to see. But yeah, I'm glad he's coming back. I will tell you that. I know the players really liked him. He seemed like a great when he wasn't the head coach and he's just concentrating on his defense.
when he has that hat backwards, baby.
When he's got that hat backwards.
When he's got that hat backwards, he gets to lay back.
I think he really brought a lot out of the Cowboys defense, more than what it probably should have been. So to get another year to work with some of those guys, I think is going to be huge.
I think that's what he does best is defense, right, versus being a head coach. So that's good for you guys too. Another year with him at least.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Steelers quarterback Ben Roethlisberger officially retires after 18 seasons.
Thank God.
Yes.
I hated seeing them ducks just flying around.
Yeah. I retire from football a truly grateful man, he said. No more pity party or whatever. No more this, that, and the other going around. And, may retire, going to retire, but not directly out of his mouth. And even when he was talking, just finally done. Appreciate it. You were a legend. You are a legend. What you did was special, especially in the club, outside of a bathroom.
Yes.
I'm not calling you a legend for that. You're just a piece of shit for that part. But one of the greatest. So I was going to tell you this. One of the greatest plays this man ever made, right? In my opinion, he has had quite a few. I mean, you remember the Santonio Holmes one,
Of course.
obviously, right?
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh,
the
yeah.
drive to get him down there, and this, that, and the other, right? He has so many. He does. The greatest one was just shown on TV just the other day, or it might have been today or yesterday. And it is the tackle. So I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah.
But
I
in the
do.
AFC, I think it was the AFC Championship game against the Colts, the Peyton
Colts.
Manning-led Colts.
Yep.
Jerome Bettis at the 1 or 2 yard line fumbles the ball, and the Colts linebacker, corner, whatever it was, picks the ball up, and it looks like he has. It's
do remember
only
this, yeah.
Big Ben in the way.
Yep.
That is it, and the game would have been done, right?
Yep.
Yep.
And he did. His big ass body and everything. Kind of went back and forth. Normally, someone would stumble there and be done. He ends up saving the game with a game-saving tackle right there. That would send, and then eventually they went to and won the Super Bowl. That might have been his greatest play, especially when he's hooking our guy up, Jerome Bettis, who was the man, right? Who'd been digging, and that was in his hometown. That was in Detroit, as in Jerome Bettis' hometown. The Super Bowl was so. And Bill Cowher, who I thought was one hell of a coach too, one hell of a guy, but just couldn't get over that hump and finally got his hump, right? He finally got his ring.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about that, his greatest player. I don't know if you guys have something like you remember watching him, you're like, God, this man. If you had a play that ran.
Not specifically. I just remember when he was young, you could not sack him. There'd
Yeah.
be two guys on him trying to bring him down, and he'd throw a fucking money pass, and it turned into a big play, touchdown maybe.
His pump fake, his patented pump fake where it actually looks like it is a throw because he brings the whole ball.
Yep.
So, yeah, he's one hell of a special player. He's going to be a legendary player. He's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. I don't think there's any doubt there, right? You have 2 Super Bowl rings. You have six Pro Bowls or something like that. And
all those division titles and everything.
you made some I don't know if you made or if the franchise is just that good at drafting them, but there's countless receivers that got paid because of you.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Countless.
Juju, we're calling you out, bro.
Yeah, not just him. I'm talking about like Plaxico Burress, and
He did too. Yeah.
we're talking about Martavis Bryant before he got into his own little charges. They also get the psychos too there. The more I keep going.
Well, they were playing with Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown, and
Yeah.
see, Antonio Holmes got paid after that. Didn't he go to the Jets? And
Yep.
so my point is he also made some careers, at least made them some money, a bare minimum.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be interesting to see. They don't know where they're going to go. The one thing that he has done is kind of hose them a little bit, because remember when he cried about them drafting quarterback, they drafted that Josh Dobbs, like how many years ago
Joshua
now?
Dobbs, yeah.
And he's like, I never said I was done with my career. What are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Now you have Dwayne Haskins and Mason
Rudolph.
possibly the racist Rudolph, battling each other.
Yeah.
So
If they could do something with that offensive line.
I said possibly, by the way, because his Marquise Pouncey, who was his center, said he never heard him say that, and Marquise is black. So
Right.
Yeah,
But-
that's true.
Yeah.
so I say possible.
You
You're
know
allowed
what,
to say that, right?
Yeah.
You know what's crazy is you mentioned Bill Cowher.
The chin.
I am
The
really
jaw.
surprised because he took the analyst thing and he was on TV. He still is, I
Yeah.
guess. I'm really surprised. He could get paid and
Yeah.
he could do a great job with some teams, but he's never even wanted to.
Yeah, exactly. They fished there for quite a few years. If you guys remember,
Yeah.
They keep trying to come at him, and and then it's died down now in the last like 5 years. I think I want to
Probably
say
about right, yeah.
about 5 years. It kind of just stopped. I think it was an extremely smart decision. I think he knows how much stress goes into it. I think
yeah.
like how little sleep, and I know his family was huge to him, and I think his wife was not happy. You know, like when it came to like, no, you're doing a good thing, you're staying this, and we like what you're getting, and CBS pays him probably pretty decent.
I'm sure.
Too. So, but I am shocked the tempting nature in which, but how often can you ride off in the sunset like that, and you have your storybook ending and. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and he
on
went
your
to the Hall. It
terms.
was enough to get into the Hall of Fame, too. So there's
Yeah.
no reason for you to. But I get, obviously, he was one hell of a coach because teams were still trying for what?
For a long time
Se-
after
yeah.
he left, yeah.
At least 7, 8, 10 years. Still trying to at least, like, poke at him and see if we can.
Yeah, I think one of my favorite things, I actually just saw some things come across social media recently was it's a comparison of Ben to Tom Brady. Tom Brady's like, I got my diet dialed in. I'm going to do everything I got to do to be healthy.
You mean his post?
But, yeah,
I
what
did
is,
see that.
He said this guy was the opposite of TB12's
12.
mentality. That's what it
Yeah.
was. I saw that. And he's the guy that says throw some ice on it and let's go.
Right.
He's like, it just shows that there's more than one way to bake a cake, and
Exactly.
one hell of a legend. And that's a good shout out right there.
hell yeah.
Yep.
What do you call this?
Curry.
Steph?
Oh.
Steph, baby.
I said
Well,
Curry doesn't roll off the tongue.
It doesn't. I'm with you. It's Steph. Okay, it is Steph. I'm adapting to that. Okay,
All right, all right.
so borderline misinformed, but they still say Steph, baby.
They don't.
From now time, they do.
They don't. Are you kidding me?
Buckets.
Yeah, they
call
might
me-
say buckets. Yeah.
call-
yeah, I would say if
They,
you had said
they
that,
call,
I would,
they call
yes.
me buckets.
They call you handles.
Oh, man, they call
Yeah,
you ball
because my
handles.
because of my sick crossover.
No, man, we call you ball handles because you keep slapping our balls.
Our balls. If you haven't seen that, ladies and gentlemen, you need to find that on YouTube right
Yes.
now.
Classic.
Fake Nike. Oh,
Oh,
man,
yeah.
Jamar. And then
Commercial,
Jamar
yes.
like posted cut my face
Oh, your
perfectly off and put
face.
me on the dude's body. I'm like, you piece of shit.
Yes. I remember that.
Speaking of which, Joe, shout out to Jamar. Jamar is the uncle of actually our guest on Sunday. So
Yeah.
Malachi shoots way better than Jamar's ugly ass jump shot he's got. So
Malachi shoots better than all of us here. Okay?
I'll take him.
Let's be
And a
real.
3-point
Let's
shot.
be
You
You
real.
can even
People-
take me. Get out of here.
Dude, we should actually do that. See if we can get him like a little earlier on Sunday and go over there and record, kind of do a 3-point shooting contest, and we can laugh
You
at
might
me.
not
We
show
can
up.
laugh at me.
You might not show up.
No, I'll
Yeah.
show up. We can laugh at me. I'm all right. Obviously, Rio thought I was all right. Double taking on a dip in my ass in the snow. Had to take 2 of them. Weird.
Well, that's what you get for being a loser.
You piece of shit. Former Colts defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus will be hired as the Bears' next head coach. They have been, just so you guys know, his defense in Indianapolis has been ranked in the top 10, I do believe, or maybe it was top 5 even, in scoring defense 3 out of the 4 years he was there. And it might have been top 5, and then the 1 year was top 10. So, I don't know. I don't know what to think about it, I guess.
Yeah, I don't really know either. And it comes down to not just the head coach. We always put the blame on the head coach. And a lot of it is coordinators, who he brings in to help.
Yeah.
And how they get along. That's a huge thing to me. Because the head coach doesn't always have everything to do on both sides of the ball.
Even with that report, I still cannot believe that someone has not hired Brian Flores. That is still flooring me. It must be, maybe it is borderline true then.
There has to be.
There has to be.
Like,
more.
how can you not see that man's resume?
Right. He put some stuff in some emails, and they got
I see. Yeah. No, they didn't get out. The NFL seals unless it benefits them.
Oh, right.
But no, I seen Stephen A. saying some stupid ass shit about Eric Bieniemy and not getting a job versus like Nathaniel Hackett, and I'm like, you don't know how Eric Bieniemy is interviewing for these jobs either. It goes more into just offensive sets. This dude may just not know how to interview for the job because you need to put a coaching staff together and sell them on that. Your scheme, not just your offensive scheme. You need to tell them like what you're trying to do on defense and as a team and what you believe in also.
Yep.
Of course, he had to go a different route like normal. But sometimes you just pick the better guy, and that was in that instance. I don't think, and I could be 100% wrong with this hire for the Bears. You're telling me this dude's going to be better than what Brian Flores did, and Brian Flores transformed that defense too while he was down there.
Yeah.
Come on, man. That's the one. But there has to be, in my opinion, there's got to be something more to it, like what you were reporting. There has to be more than that then.
Yeah, I agree.
It would have to be.
Yeah, I mean, you don't just not. How does Brian Flores not get a job right now? And so maybe there has to be more to it.
Yeah.
Or they're taking too much into stock in the words that the Dolphins were leaking out. One of the two.
Maybe. Does a defensive-minded coach, do you feel like that's what Chicago needs? Probably not, right?
I think they got too skittish. I think this is the reason why they went this route. They got too they're like, well, look what happened. We went away from a defensive coach and we went to an offensive coach. We had Matt Nagy and it was horrible. Mm-hmm. Matt Nagy was an offensive mind. This is also the reason why it also hurts Bieniemy also. How many of Andy Reid's assistants, offensive assistants, have literally left and been successful beyond a year or two? So Doug Peterson was one of his, and he is, and I think he will get another job. Don't get me wrong. I think he'll be a damn good hire. But they have like one really good year, right? Same thing with Matt Nagy. He had one really good, perfect year, but that was also a defense-based year. Yeah. That was also the Eagles' defensive-based year, and you had Carson Wentz to carry it most of the way. But the defense is what came around. We got hoodwinked, the Minnesota Vikings, with a Andy Reid offensive coordinator when they're not the ones calling the plays.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name off the top of my head because I try to push it out of my mind. But you remember who I'm talking about. He was with Favre and everything, and Favre made that team.
It's not just Andy Reid. I mean, even Bill Belichick. How many successful coordinators of his
just because the name is attached to it? Yeah.
You can't count the Lions guy because he was a player, right? But his most successful coordinator,
Matt Patricia,
is yeah.
He wasn't a player for him, was he?
Yeah. He wasn't a coach. Yeah,
he was a coach. He was a coach. He was their defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
He had the pencil in his ear. He was their defense coordinator.
Okay. For a short time, he was. You're right.
No. He was their defense coordinator for like 4 or 5 years. 4 years, maybe.
Was that the Tennessee coach you're thinking about?
You're thinking of Vrabel.
Vrabel.
You're Vrabel right. was a linebacker.
Vrabel. Yep.
So his most successful. You're right. Totally on that. So his most successful.
Well, I'm never wrong,
coach
Danny.
is probably like
slightly misinformed.
Bill O'Brien. Right? And we saw what that turned into. So it's like you can't.
Is he probably actually
you have to know who's really in control.
Besides Brian Flores, I hate to say that, but wouldn't Bill O'Brien probably be one of the most successful ones that I'm not thinking of?
As long as he doesn't try to do a GM again. Yeah.
Right. As soon as he got into the GM role. But as coaching, I mean, they were competitive with Texans, right?
Yep.
Until he started like dishing shit out. But I mean, all the rest of them have flanked out, right?
Who was it you were just saying?
Brian Flores was one of his.
And then the guy before that? Who is the
Matt Patricia
was the coordinator for Tampa Bay?
Now
he's taken that job though. what the fuck is his name? Byron Leftwich. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
For what, Jaguars? Did it come across?
Yeah, Jaguars. He's gonna end up accepting that job. Yeah.
Did it come across just now?
No. I'll look at if he officially did it, but it
no. Well, I had
list.
that he's
Okay.
he's one of the favorites in that.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it sounds like he's gonna get that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And Byron's pretty respected, right?
Byron wasn't up there. I'm confused where you guys are going. He was never up there, guys.
I was just saying good coaches I would take.
Okay.
That are stabbing, you know.
Oh, I got you.
You're talking about coaches
I thought you
like
meant
Flores.
Bill Belichick, though.
No. You were talking about why wouldn't you take a Flores? I'm like, well, shoot, if Leftwich is out there, take him too.
Yeah.
I mean.
No, yeah. Leftwich, at least I believe in that a little bit more, even though he's still new to all this. He also has led offenses for multiple times, and he led a Jameis Winston offense to a top 5 finish in yards and points too, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So I believe in what he could do. He's a little young in the game. I don't know if he can lead a team yet, but it wouldn't have hurt my feelings,
Right.
Danny, if we got him for our head coach. I wouldn't have hurt my feelings at all.
No, it would not. No.
We'd be taking a gamble because you've never seen him take over a team in any capacity except for the offensive side.
Yeah.
So
Cool story by him. So he'd talk to the players. He'd be like, all right, who's about to get paid?
Oh, I did, yes.
Right? And he would call plays to make sure they got their money based on with the bonuses that were in the contract
There
and
we
stuff
go.
like that. Fucking players coach, true players coach, right? Like,
he's learning from Arians.
love that.
Arians may be questionable in a lot of stuff, but he also is a player's coach too. I mean, even though when he
I'm talking about Byron.
I know.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
saying he's
okay.
getting that from him because he's been with him since Arizona.
Yep. Okay.
He's the one that gave him that first bump up to become an offensive coordinator and play call. So I think they run like an air raid or they run something like that, and he's taught him the way of that.
So you also mentioned Stephen A., who we all love his takes every time, right?
I used to. I did, right? Or you guys maybe you guys are different than me, but
No.
I used to love his takes.
It used to be okay until he got just ridiculous. And then, he said some crazy stuff not so long ago. That was, wasn't it racial or whatever? And it was just like a free pass given.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, against the Asian. It was
yes.
Shohei.
Yeah. And it's like, are you kidding me right now?
I'm like, hold on. The one thing you go to an argument for every single time, and that's what that one was. I was trying to tiptoe around it. Then Nathaniel Hackett versus Eric Bieniemy.
Yep.
Bieniemy. But you're allowed to say it, and it just literally gets passed over. No big deal. You didn't get suspended. You didn't get anything.
Nothing.
You get to just say, hey, sorry. But then he also didn't even say a full-fledged sorry. He said sorry, but he's like, with I should know better, especially with what I've went through in my stuff in my past with racial profiling and stuff, and the discrimination that's went against mine. I'm like, that doesn't make anything right with what you said.
Yeah.
So stop bringing your personal shit into it. Bring in, hey, I literally made a mistake and I am sorry and I deserve to get suspended. And look in the camera and say, ESPN, you should be suspending me right now.
Yes.
Without
100%,
pay.
100%. I saw that and it just blew my mind, but I won't go there.
Yeah, the racial thing aside, because he's older, so he's probably gone through some shit to get to where he was.
Absolutely.
So respect for that, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, his takes, though, it doesn't take away from the fact that they're dog shit anymore.
They are.
And that Nathaniel Hackett one is huge because this is chess, not checkers. What is the biggest reason that Denver brought in Nathaniel Hackett? I think he'll be a good coach, but what's the biggest reason that you think they brought him in?
I haven't even broke that news yet. What are you talking about, Danny?
There's no breaking news. It's just that happened.
Yes.
Why do you think they brought him in?
They brought him at a shot for Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
And I heard this guy, and I don't know if you guys respect him or not. I'm a big fan of his. He writes articles for NFL.com. He has his own radio station on Mad Dog Radio, and now his name is leaving my head. God damn it. But he said himself, and I agree with him actually, because the more I remember about the Jaguars, for instance, like I told you about the offensive coordinator, that alone, the standalone hire of Nathaniel Hackett, that's without the Aaron Rodgers possibility. The standalone hire of it is awesome. Yeah. He's not a bad, especially I'm on record saying I don't know about that. Aaron Rodgers, and you don't know who's calling the plays, Matt LaFleur. I completely forgot. First off, he's been three years with them. I completely forgot about the Jaguars thing. I really did, and that's my own mistake. Look what he did with that offense with Blake Bortles. That's enough for me. And then you went up there and you balled out, but then you also are rolling exactly what you just said. We have a shot at Aaron Rodgers. Chad French, buddy of ours at work, I was talking about last night. He was so jacked. He's like, I didn't think there was a shot before, maybe 10% that we get Aaron Rodgers. He's like, I'm not completely 100% sold, but I'm up to 40%, and I'm excited. The 40% of a shot of getting Aaron Rodgers, because that's all you need.
Yeah. But it's everything, right? So if you feel like he's going to be a decent coach and can open your offense, good. Yep. Okay, so he's going to do fine. Then you're like, he also will increase our odds to get Rodgers. Because it's been reported that Denver's a place that he would like to play, right? Yep. It makes sense. There's a lot of talent.
And that was before Nathaniel Hackett, too.
Exactly. So you're like, okay, we can get Rodgers. You know what else that means? Devontae wants to play with Aaron.
Yeah.
So then we could get Devontae, too. Imagine their fucking receiving core with Devontae.
And they already have, ridiculous weapons.
Why wouldn't you hire him?
Yeah.
Like Stephen A., you got to think further.
For the love of God. Yes, for the love of God, can you please take for 1 second and take a true take on something and think about it?
Right.
Instead of just firing at the mouth with a passion of, first off, going to the racial thing every single time and actually just looking at it.
Yeah.
Because in my consensus is that a lot of teams, I'm not saying there isn't some old ass owners that are racist, but most of them want to win. So they're picking the best person. I really, for a high majority of them, I actually do believe that. A high majority.
Yep.
I'm not saying that there aren't. I guarantee, obviously, Bob McNair, he showed that, right?
Right.
Yeah.
For the Texans owner. I mean, he flat out, that was all but shown, right?
Right.
And then you go and hire David Coley for 1 year and then shit can him.
Hey, but listen. That's why you listen to 3 Gig Sports Podcast, all right? You get the real takes.
That's right,
That's
baby.
right.
We're going to be honest.
We're going to be honest with our opinion and not this shit. And then, I don't know. I'm also going with he's getting lazy. If we're going to chew on Stephen A., he's getting lazy and he just goes with the same argument almost every time. And then he also does that, what's his favorite word? That blasphemy.
He likes to throw random words. Yeah.
Blasphemy is his biggest one, though. That's blasphemy. That's blasphemous.
Yeah.
Yes, we know. You got too intimidated by anyone that would ever challenge you and take your spot, and then they end up having to move on because they think he sells more than any one of the other guys. That's what it comes down to.
I like Max more, so I'm just
but even before Max, you don't think that
Stephen A. or
Skip.
Sorry.
You don't think that ESPN would have wanted to keep skipping him? There's something else behind that. Like that's what First Take took off on, was those two.
Yep.
Yeah, don't give me that there wasn't something behind the scenes there.
Oh yeah.
So, either way, we kind of leaked that one. That was my next one. Broncos agreed to terms with Packers offensive coordinator Nathaniel Hackett to be their next head coach. Real quick, since we already went over it quite a bit right there, chances that they do get Aaron Rodgers. Like, put a percentage on it legitimately. Think about it.
Just Aaron Rodgers, probably 75%.
You think it's that high?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd be in the 70 range, too.
Would you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because he's shown you've had the defense was playing awesome in Green Bay. The offense was playing well for most of the year, and then, boom, kicked out first round. Go somewhere else, get another shot. Now, Devontae, I don't know because he still can be held.
Franchise tag. I don't think they just let him go. So, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to give you my percentage before we just found out some news. My percentage was going to be, I was going to ride closer to like the 50 to 60% range. I'm now going to go up closer to 80 to 90% because of something we just found out. And that is, go ahead, Rio. What did it say?
Aaron Rodgers was, quoted and confirmed as saying, I really like Nathaniel Hackett, and I hope he doesn't go anywhere
that I won't be.
Yeah, other than where I will go.
Just before,
right? He got signed, big time.
So I go up to probably about 80 to 90%. Depends on what the Packers have to offer and talk about.
Yeah,
doesn't mean he still wouldn't want to still stay there especially hey, we're looking at this guy. We've been our player personnel and all that in the draft, and that's what we plan on bringing in.
Actually, I'm probably going to be up there too because we talked about the Jordan Love situation, right? And it's going to be 2 years in. Well, they've got to decide pretty quick if he's going to be that guy or not. And obviously, Aaron Rodgers is going to be retiring here shortly in a few years. Mm-hmm. You got to decide, what's for your future. So you got to get a good look at Jordan Love if he's going to be that guy. If you've got to be drafting, so why not just cut ties and go Jordan Love for the next couple of years, see if he's the guy.
Be like, hey, we appreciate everything you've done for us. We see that your eyes are a little big with your offensive coordinator going to the Broncos.
Yep.
So you try to show as much love to him and everything that he's accomplished and everything he's done for your city and your football team. But yeah, I'm with you. It's like it's either that or they've already seen enough of Jordan Love, which could be, I guess. We don't see him in practice, obviously, so maybe they have, and they're like,
right. You tag Devontae, you trade him to the Broncos for one of those 3 receivers they just signed. Well, Judy's on his rookie deal, but one of the 2 you signed and get another pick, a 2nd-round pick or something for
which one do you? Okay, so let's go that route for a second. And don't think about the rookie deal because that doesn't mean that they still wouldn't, because you get the continuity of Devontae Adams with Aaron Rodgers, right? For the payback. Which receiver would you be willing to give up for that?
Gosh.
Any of them.
Yeah, Tim.
One of them, correct?
Any of them.
You wouldn't want to give up Judy because you got him for a few more years, right? And a first-round pick. So
I'm saying if they came to the table and they're like, we want Jerry Judy.
Would you do it?
And a 3rd-round pick or whatever.
Oh, yeah, then I'd do it.
2nd-round pick.
Done.
Would you do it for a first?
Now
and Jerry Judy?
I don't know. No.
You're already all in going for Aaron Rodgers.
I would give him. I'd be like, here's Cortland Sutton in a second.
I like Cortland Sutton a lot.
I do too, but
so
after he was not the same after that ACL injury. I'm sorry.
It's win now with Aaron Rodgers. So,
do
it.
Yeah. You already went full bore with getting him, signing him, whatever. Yeah, I think you would go full bore
and don't
like
tell
whatever.
Me that's not why they brought Hackett in. Okay, they want to win now.
Yeah, you have the defense in place. You need a quarterback, right? That's the one.
That's
spot
the one thing, and especially in that division.
Yes,
because if you guys remember that last game of the season, they were hanging tough with the Chiefs. What ultimately hurt them?
Yep,
that quarterback.
Now, how about that division? Aaron Rodgers goes over there. You have Herbert.
They become the clear-cut favorite because their defense was already hanging with all of them. With all of them. And now you add Aaron Rodgers.
I don't know about clear cut. I don't know about clear cut. I think you go, hey, man, those 3.
I would still put, okay, if I had to throw a significant wager on it, money, I would still easily pick the Broncos in my mind. It wouldn't be the defending. It wouldn't be the Chiefs, even though that's not even hate. That isn't even hater. We're talking about Aaron Rodgers, and that team is already very well built. They're just missing that. Yeah. They have 2 running backs. They have a tight end or 2. They have multiple receivers. Even if they give one up in a trade to get Devontae, they'd still have Tim Patrick, who turned out to be pretty damn nice. So
right, Noah Fant, all that. Yeah, so I do like him.
That could end up being one of the most interesting divisions. Assuming the Raiders go the route we're thinking they're going to go.
And the better defense than all of them. So that'd be honestly, right? There's not a defense in that division that matches up to theirs.
It's so hard because the Chargers don't play up to what they should.
Yes, but realistically, what we've seen, we know.
Right. I don't think I could put any money because it'd be so close, and it's a division game, so how much better their defense is than the other 2. You're still going to – we talk about division games are much closer. I think it's going to be more even than what we think regardless.
Well, when they're facing each other, yeah. But I'm talking about they'd be blowing basically everyone else out is my point.
This is they'd be AFC North style division, right?
It's going to be nasty.
Where everybody is going to be in a 3-point game when they play each other. They're all going to be potentially in the playoffs, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck. I'm going 100%. He's going there.
Oh,
I'm going 100.
Oh, man. Okay.
So I heard some ridiculous shit about that where, they're like, well, would he even go there because he'd have to play against Derek Carr and Justin Herbert and Patrick Mahomes. Bitch, Aaron Rodgers believes he's the baddest man on the planet. You think he's worried?
He's not shy about it.
If he thinks he's the best quarterback in the league, do you think that's what he'd worry about?
No.
No. He thinks he's better than you, and now does he believe that his team is better than the rest of your team? Than those other 3.
Yeah.
Duh. Come on, dude. That was one of the dumbest things. That was like what I just did right here. I might have spent too much time on it. That's a 2-second no. He is not worried about where he goes.
Think about the AFC quarterbacks if Rodgers went there.
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
The list is
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The New York Football Giants have hired Bills offensive coordinator Brian Daboll as their next head coach. Good hire?
I don't know. He wouldn't call run plays, right, with his own running back, and you have Saquon arguably one of the better backs in the league.
No, wrong one.
No, Bills.
Bill's offensive coordinator is going to the Giants.
Correct.
Saquon does not play.
Correct. That's why I'm saying the Bills didn't run the ball like they're supposed
Oh,
to.
and you think with Saquon.
And
I think that's
what I'm
different,
saying.
though. That's way different than a Devin Singletary.
But you still got to call the plays.
And he would, I think.
When
He's
did
already
he
showed that he didn't, and he would run his quarterback.
But it was Devin Singletary. It's not Saquon Barkley. That's what I'm getting at. Like, that's – you would deter.
Or Devin Singletary, when he got carries, he did well.
No, you have a hard on for him. Before those last –
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong. Before those last, 6 games or so, what did Devin Singletary ever show you on a consistent basis that he deserved to touch the rock 20-plus times a game running the football? He didn't. Even when they were giving it to him, you know what I'm saying? This is a little different. When you have Saquon, a healthy Saquon, he is arguably a top 5 running back.
When is he healthy?
Absolutely. But what do we always go by? And it's hard to take out of your mind. But we've talked about this many times. When you're doing a fantasy draft, you try not to think about.
So we run our
are they
quarterback
going to get
instead.
hurt?
So you call quarterback runs instead.
Yeah, because the running back is that bad.
Your second quarterback, in case your first quarterback gets hurt, is that bad. That's why I'm saying I'm not sold on it. I'd have to see the
It's
play
Josh
calling.
Allen. Hold on, we're talking
For
about
sure.
Josh Allen. Hold on.
Oh yeah, he did hurdle a Vikings linebacker.
He
right?
did, but that's a little
Basically
different
like a
than
running
just him calling it. Like if you would have said that, he was calling. We're
Yeah.
talking about Josh Allen running the football.
Josh Allen might be the MVP of the last couple of
They-
years in reality.
They
right?
actually talk about
Yeah.
that in the telecast. Why they weren't running that man more, you know what I'm saying, than they already were. So because of what he can do. So I don't think about it like that. I think about it as an opportunity for the offense with Saquon, and like I said, healthy. I'm going to assume he'll be healthy until proven otherwise. His history doesn't show he will, but
Right.
Devin Singletary.
I guess I'll have to see.
Yeah,
He's not the same athlete, but I guess I'm not sold.
Hold
on
on,
it.
nowhere near the same athlete.
So
Not even in the ballpark.
we'll have to see.
When did
for
he
me.
start with the Bills?
Was that 3 years ago?
Yeah. So the same year Josh Allen came into the league.
Was it the same year?
The same year.
Okay.
So Allen was a rookie 3 years ago.
Okay.
I don't like it for the Giants.
You don't.
No, because he's had Josh Allen to hide behind and to rely on consistently every game.
Now you don't have that.
Now you don't have that.
This-
Is Daniel Jones going to do that? He can run, sure, he can.
Let me go ahead and deter both of you gentlemen. Do you guys remember how bad Josh Allen was his rookie season? So we're not going to take into account that what Dabble did for him to develop him?
No, he didn't. He didn't do the stuff Josh Allen did. Josh Allen was working with lasers to line up his hips with his throwing motion to become a better quarterback from year 1 to year 2.
Right, but
that's not anything he did for him.
It
That's
wasn't
what Josh
that.
did.
That isn't just that. That's also play calling. That's also putting him in the best position of working together.
What's the difference in
Absolutely.
play calling though, Jimmer? What's the difference? There was not
He
much
couldn't
difference.
complete them.
Josh Allen
no,
was
he
better.
couldn't. He couldn't complete them. Absolutely, but he was
Right.
like a 52% Tyrod
Yeah,
early in his
year one,
career
you're
was
right.
the same.
Year
But
one, you're
my
right.
my point is, he also helped bring him up, and he'll tell you that too. Josh Allen will tell you that too. It isn't just some lasers and pointing that. You still have to go by play call and what they can do.
Top wide receivers: Kelvin Benjamin and Zay Jones
For who?
that year
that year with the Bills.
with the Bills.
Yeah, Zay Jones, who actually isn't doing that bad as a third wide receiver for the Raiders.
Right,
that
but
same one.
he did not do well with the Bills at all.
No, I'm not saying he didn't, but there wasn't all drops. You guys are obviously completely forgetting watching him play football. It is an eye test. I don't care who the receiver was. He was overthrowing them and underthrowing them.
Yeah, year 1, Josh Allen was dog shit.
Right, and that's also from the offensive coordinator developing him up too. Not giving him any credit, just saying lasers did it isn't quite enough.
Rio, is this because Jimmer's got a hard on for the Giants, you think?
No.
He thinks that's a good hire?
No, actually, okay, I will give you
Yes.
this. No, I'll give you this, though. This is probably one of their best hires that they've had in a really, really long time. It's still
low
just,
bar,
it's,
but
it's
sure.
still, it is, and it's still a functional organization.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad hire.
I
don't think it's a great hire.
I think it's
what I'm saying.
I think it's a very good hire. I think it's for him. I think it's the wrong team because I think that organization is that bad. That's what I believe. If he would have picked somewhere else, or if someone else would have been sold on him, or whatever the scenario is in that particular thing, he
So
still
on
had to develop that quarterback,
on catchable passes, he had a 54.9% catch rate.
which is not good.
That's bad.
Not good.
That's really bad.
And then the next year he went to 36.5. There's a reason why he got cut or trade. I don't know if he got cut or traded from the Bills.
Who?
Zay Jones is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So that number probably is why he got
Catch rate, but I love how you're
It's
trying
on-
to like
it's on-
defend
it
yourself.
said uncatchable passes.
catchable passes catch rate. So he was just barely over a 50%.
Yeah. So Josh Allen
What
did a
we're
ton
calling-
of work to
what
improve
we're
from year
call-
1 to 2.
What we're calling catchable is
You're
that's
right.
also-
You're always going off
that's
somebody
cute.
else's
Yes,
stat.
that's cute. I watched the eye test of it. I love Josh Allen coming out. I love Josh Allen even after everyone was down on him after that year because I thought all you needed was some accuracy. Watching him play, he was not a good quarterback though that year. He was way
Right,
off.
his first year. Yeah,
He was way
sure.
off.
Yeah.
That isn't what my point is. That is not lasers. That's not just lasers. He did work on a lot of stuff in the offseason. That is awesome. But that is your offensive coordinator working you up. That's no different than any other offensive coordinator like a Nathaniel Hackett, like we so eloquently put it, and these guys working them up. They also have to work them up. If not, then they wouldn't have a job. They'd be working on the next offensive coordinator.
You think Nathaniel Hackett had to work Aaron Rodgers up?
No.
That's what
Before
you're saying?
that, I already touched on it. Like Bortles, that year that they played together, he turned that into a legit offense for that year that they were 1 win away from the Super Bowl.
Okay.
That's the only time Blake Bortles was relevant, except for when he went number 3 overall when he was drafted, right?
Yeah, you're right. No, I don't think it's a bad pick for the Giants. Probably one of their better ones, but for him, if I was him, I might go ahead and coach Allen for another year or two and see what else I could get.
If the other position, if the other teams weren't coming after you, I would have too.
Yeah.
Yep.
You would have to almost pull a college coach up that just wants to get paid that much more to go to New York for me. For either one of them.
Yeah,
You know?
Yep.
for sure.
Robert Salah is kind of killing his own self, even though he was a great defensive coordinator, and I think he was damn good. I think he's a damn good coach. I think you're with a shitty organization.
Yes.
Yep.
And that's going to ruin him possibly for how many ever years once he does get fired. Unless something miraculous happens, right?
Got to go back to Mike White, baby.
Mike White, let's go.
Right. White Lightning. Steelers GM Kevin Colbert stepping down after the 2022 NFL Draft. We touched on this a few weeks ago, but could still stay with the team in a new role. I think it's kind of interesting. Like, you get to still make the draft picks as a GM, even though you're stepping down, and they still need to get a GM too.
Right.
After
Or
that.
at least have a say of some sort. It's weird.
Yeah.
The team's really loyal.
It
Pittsburgh's
is.
probably the most loyal team in the NFL, right? Can we agree on that?
They've had
Yep.
They've had 3-4 coaches their whole.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't have that in the NFL, so yes. And then they're loyal until when it comes to players, until they want to get paid.
Even Ben. They let him play another year. He shouldn't have played this year, right?
No. Yeah.
No.
He shouldn't have.
They'd be
Should
like, hey,
not.
bro, let's go over some game tape. We only go over a couple and you can see. You know. So they are loyal.
We got
They-
some
you,
stuff quacking around. The
So
field,
bad.
man.
You did some stuff for us, so we'll go ahead and hook you up. Gene Kleins was part of the first all-minority lineup in Major League Baseball history, a line drive hitting outfielder for the 1971 World Series champion Pirates. Died Thursday at the age of 75.
I don't know that. Do we know what happened? Or is it just.
I'm going to assume just old age.
Okay.
And I could be 100% wrong. I'm going to assume at 75 years old that you had a good run.
Yep. Agreed.
You know,
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
You know,
Respect. Yep.
That's hey, prayers up to the family and all that, and one hell of an accomplished
He helped
life.
pave the way, right?
Yeah.
So.
And then
Yeah.
the Pirates. You made the Pirates. You're part of making the Pirates World Series champs.
Right.
Think about that for a second. It's impressive. MLB will not require minor league players to be vaccinated against COVID to play in 2022, but will mandate on-field staff working with players to be up to date on vaccinations, according to memos sent to teams Thursday morning.
It goes all into what we talk about the NFL. Who makes the team money? The minor league players, not the staff. The players. The players ultimately have to walk out on the field and produce, right, to get people in the stands to come spend money. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any other jabs that they're not going to be tested on or verified on that they might get in the minor leagues, or is that just it?
Not the one in the rear end.
Oh, damn.
Right.
Okay. Well,
Hey, you never know. If this lockout goes really long and starts hurting baseball, don't tell me that some accidental not testings aren't going to happen,
oh,
or
we
like
missed that page. Yeah.
or like a week in advance. Like, hey, brother, you're getting tested.
Right.
Oh, you even forgot to study. Hey, we're going to look the other way. Oh, you actually forgot to bring backup urine. We got some for you.
Hey, you had 45 home runs last year. How about 60? You good?
What's
You
up,
good,
bro?
what's up?
You want to get paid?
Yeah.
Boost the game. 76ers Joel Embiid is going to pay New Orleans Pelicans undrafted rookie Jose Alvarado's fine after a double tech spat that they got into. So every
Did
time
you
you get
see
it,
the video on that? What happened?
yeah,
It wasn't that bad.
no, but that's what the NBA is now.
Yeah.
There was like a hard, kind of like a hard set screen, and Jose got up there to defend one of his players, whatever. No, nothing different than any of the other chirping that you would do. You get up, and yeah, they got double teched, and
Yeah.
Embiid's like, I respect the guy. He didn't leak this out himself. Actually, it was Jose that said, yeah, Embiid came up to me and said he's going to take care of that fine. And
That's awesome of him. These days it's just like refs want to get so involved when they don't have to be, or they just don't do their job. I don't know if y'all saw, was it about 5 days ago now, there was a ball that was touched by an assistant coach out of bounds, right? And they called it a turnover because it like hit him in the arm or something like that, or he reached out, hit the ball, and it went to the other team. They took it down, and, the one team who it created the turnover for was making a fuss, and I can't remember the player, but they teched him up because he kept like, hey, ref, that it literally touched this guy standing out of bounds, an assistant coach, and they teched him up. And it's like, are you kidding? How are we not holding these guys responsible?
it's also the league, too. This is exactly
And
what these
being
leagues
stopped.
want. It's like, are you kidding me? What is sports? What is sports? I'm asking a serious question right now.
Competition, man.
Right, and
Yeah.
competitive nature. That is,
Yep.
and you're at the is not MLB, NBA, NFL, MLS / overseas,
NHL.
NHL. Is that not the highest form of competitive sports being played? And you're not allowed to get warm about something, get chirpy.
Yeah.
Come on, man. That's the way it is. Unless you're literally saying to something derogatory, or you're just going non-stop and you just won't stop, okay, go ahead and chirp what you got to say, get it off your chest. You don't like a call that I didn't have or did call, doesn't mean you need to be teched up for it. Or, two guys jawing at each other on the court, literally two basketball players, separate them, be like, hey,
Let them talk to each other. As long as they're not fighting,
Yeah.
let them go. Like, all right, now we're going to go back to play, guys. Let's get away from each other.
That's what I love to watch.
Yeah.
Like when the refs let them play, especially NBA in the playoffs. I don't think there's anything better. I really don't think that I think it's that much better than even March Madness. I really do.
If
because
you let them go at each other
yes.
and then finish, somebody's going to do something real soon. One of the two players that or more, right, that are fucking going at each other, it makes it better to watch,
Yeah.
right?
The competitive firiness and the chirp.
Yeah.
I keep saying they need to do what NHL has done and let them duke it out, and you get a 5-minute penalty box or whatever it
Yeah.
is, 3-minute penalty box, and go ahead, duke it out. We don't care.
Yeah, your team will get punished in the sense of you're not going to be on the court for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But
shout
just
out
in general.
to Joel Embiid because that's a big deal.
It
He
is.
knows old boy isn't getting paid like him.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'll take care of that. That's awesome. I
That's
love
just
that.
competitive basketball.
And
right?
if Embiid could stay healthy, he's the MVP right now, right? Don't
Yeah.
you think?
I think so.
Like, okay, so that's a tough one. We'll say top 2, top 3 MVP,
Steph.
right?
Okay, he's
He's up there.
I don't know about Steph. Steph is he's a
What?
horrible shooting.
What?
He's
Yeah.
on a bad stretch.
He is
Yeah,
on a really. I don't know if you.
I
noticed,
did.
but-
I remember him like snapping off too when he hit that one game winner, but he was having a horrible shooting night
yeah.
overall.
Yep.
Obviously, Chris Paul, the point god.
Who is that?
He's got to be in the
I've
MVP
never heard
conversation.
of him. Never heard of him.
Who do you got? Who else did you got? You said 2 or 3.
Embiid is a big one. LeBron is another one because of what he's doing. And then I think DeRozan needs to be talked about more too, along with Ja, for their teams.
So I would have to deter away from Ja just because look what that team was doing when he wasn't on the court for 20 games or whatever it was. Mm-hmm. And that's the only reason why.
They've got the third best record.
No. Absolutely. I'm not trying to deter. Yeah. I'm not trying to say that he hasn't been playing awesome, right? Yeah. That isn't what I'm saying.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because he's been playing at an MVP level. I'm just saying he would not get a vote from me because they also showed that is the team built
they can
around
play without him.
Yeah, they showed that for that long stretch. So and what was it, 13, 14, 15 games or whatever straight? I can't remember. I brought it up in one of our news things, but
yeah. No, I just think Embiid is so important to what they've done so far. The problem is they're going to burn him out. He cannot play like he's been playing. You need somebody else.
Yeah.
So he's notoriously, he gets hurt, gets sick, whatever, misses a whole bunch of games, and it's going to happen. But right now, if he kept going, I think he'd be up there. But Rio, what are you looking at, man?
Jokic, he's up there.
Hard to go away from him.
Hard to. 25 and 5, 14 rebounds, 7 assists.
I can see that too. I like Jokic.
KD, he's getting Kyrie on half the games.
KD's been hurt a lot though, man.
He has. DeRozan was good. They don't on this one. They actually have Giannis sitting at 1.
You always forget about Giannis because he plays up there, and they don't. They're the defending champs, and they still don't publicize
11.
He doesn't want him to talk about him. He's like, I'm cool being the underdog.
He's all right. That's the reason why he re-signed up there, and he re-signed before the championship too. So he's okay doing that, just making his money and winning MVPs and possibly winning championships.
Yes, sir.
They got to be one of the clear favorites in the East, right? Maybe the Nets if they're all 100% healthy, and the Bulls.
I still think Harden could go somewhere, man. He's mad.
They supposedly,
he doesn't like it.
They supposedly said that they're not moving him. That's what they say.
I don't know.
Yeah, neither do I.
What if you could do a Ben Simmons for him? Wouldn't that be both teams? That'd be
if
great.
He thinks, and Philly is a really, really bad sports town when it comes to they turn on you, right? We talked about that. Yeah. The actual town,
right? So if he had done what he's doing now in Philly, they'd try to run him out. I think.
Agreed.
Yeah, and then on top, and then you flip it around the other way to where Ben Simmons goes to Brooklyn or New York if it was the Knicks. The second worst, most jarring you're gonna get. So your sensitive nature and you get some more even there too. Mm-hmm. Maybe not the Nets necessarily because they're not accustomed to winning on a regular basis, so they'd feel good. But what I mean is, like, if it was like the Knicks, he would catch that shit.
Knicks for sure.
He needs to go to like a smaller market team. He should have been wishing for that Sacramento.
Like that Sacramento one.
Yeah, man. Come to Dallas. We need a point guard.
He does not need to be a point guard, man.
Yeah. Well, I think he does. Doesn't have the jump shot.
He doesn't.
You drive and kick. You drive and kick.
If he does, he needs to be a true point guard, though. Right?
Yeah.
And that's what you're looking for.
Yeah.
I can get behind that. Yeah.
Yeah. Drive and kick.
Right. Yeah. I don't like do that. I don't like Luka having the ball in his hands all the time.
I'm with you. Yep.
The Dolphins head coaching finalists. Well, it was. One of them was Dabble. But now is Cowboys offensive coordinator Kellen Moore and 49ers offensive coordinator Mike McDaniel.
Interesting.
I think it's going to end up being Kellen Moore if I had to throw one on there.
I think so, too.
We've said many times we don't believe he's ready, but I think it's going to end up being him.
Right. They want to, use Tua and Waddle kind of like their college days and open up that offense. I think that's why they'd bring him in for that offensive mind. And, because the defense was already playing pretty well. Right, you need the offense to kind of help your defense out, which they weren't doing. They had a good run, right, but the defense was really putting their foot down. And if you can get somebody in there to open the offense a little bit more, which that'd suck for us Cowboys fans. But I don't think he's ready, maybe college-wise, but interesting, definitely.
Mm. Who do you think they're going to go with?
Damn, they're going to go with Kellen, right?
I think so,
they're
too.
going
I
to.
think so. I think they're going that way.
I don't think it helps them. I don't think it's the right pick, but they're going to.
Yeah.
And I can't. I've been fighting with this in my head because I saw that earlier. Does that help you guys or hurt you guys? Because he's made so many dumbass play calls.
Yeah.
It's like you have a lot of talent.
Well, if Tony
so it could
Romo can come in
seem
and
good.
be offensive coordinator, then it would help.
I did see that meme where Tony Romo's looking down and they're like,
You see that too?
yes.
yeah. He's
He's
like,
like,
If I
Go
could
ahead.
just read defenses when I was a player, that would have been awesome.
right.
Why is it there's so many good memes about the Cowboys?
So
They're so good.
Because there's so many
good.
haters.
There are so many haters.
That's because
There
there's
But
so
they're,
many haters.
and
They're
I'm
like the Yankees of the NFL.
exactly.
There's so many haters.
And
so
I
there's
laugh
so
too.
many
You know, I
Yeah.
laugh. I'm like, God,
They're
that's
funny.
good. Oh, that's a good one. Damn it.
there's only so many haters because so many people love them,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
absolutely.
Like, that's why the Vikings don't get a ton of haters because it's like, we know you suck. And it's, you guys live with depression your whole life. We get it.
They have a
Like,
big.
Yeah.
So the Vikings have a pretty damn big fan base. No, they actually do. Like
fan base, but not
fan
haters.
base.
Yeah.
They don't have the haters because first off, they don't have the championships. They don't have the pounding on the chest stuff for the most part. They don't have the owner, the eccentric,
yeah.
boisterous owner like that,
Involved
and
in
the
everything.
wealthiest sports franchise in North America, or definitely in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You have that, but you're 100% right. They have it. Also, it's all fans at the end of the day. It's
Yeah.
people not wanting to listen to the Cowboys fans. Like, I hate listening to you talk about that shit when you guys haven't been relevant in 30 years.
Good enough to beat the Vikings, and that's good enough for me. With a backup quarterback.
Yeah, I don't think it's the right call.
Yeah.
I think they could be a lot better. I think there's better options. I think Flores should have stayed, to be honest with you.
Yeah, he should be a finalist for that job again.
Yeah. Yeah, he should go back. And be
Yeah.
like, let me re-interview,
Yeah.
right? The one thing I'll say is what they did by bringing the receiver in with Tua, smart. I think a lot more teams are going to start doing that, just like Burrow with Chase, right?
Start pairing these guys up. If
yeah.
they can. Yep.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
if
You don't have to build chemistry.
Yeah.
It's
already
already
there.
still there.
Yeah, if you look at the Bengals, right? Joe Burrow's the first quarterback to be selected number 1 overall to make it this far in the playoffs. In it, what is he in?
Second year.
Second year.
Second
In
year.
his second year, nobody's ever done that, and a big part is because of Jamar Chase,
Yep.
right? So I think that's smart. I don't like if they do Kellen Moore. I'm not a fan. I don't know.
Yeah. Neither am I. And I think that'll stunt him a little bit. He should have, if you want to look at something like that, he should look at college. That being said, I don't know if you knew this, but you were talking about the Vikings GM, and he has ties. So I think I know who our next head coach is going to be, down to 2. And this without me reading an article.
Hold on. Let us guess. Okay.
Yep.
Let us guess. Niners defensive coordinator.
D'Amico Ryan.
Yep. And Rams offensive coordinator.
It's actually both of the coordinators for the Niners.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Because he had ties to them.
Who is offensive
He had
coordinator for
The one I just told you, Mike McDaniel.
McDaniels.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Yep.
And, hold on, here's a little more, and I think it's ended up being McDaniel, is because that's the scheme we run. We run that, what the hell was I going to say? What run game do we call? Jesus. Zone.
Yeah.
Zone run scheme and
Yep.
zone pass. That's what he runs there, too. So you gain that. You already run it. It'd just be different terminology. And he has ties to him on top of that. I actually hope they actually go with D'Amico Ryans. I'm actually leaning towards that.
I would take
I
that
like
too.
that inspiration. I like
Yep.
that fireness. And players would play for him. That's what I believe in. I think that's huge. And you just bring in the right offensive coordinator with you because that's not your forte.
And the right quarterback, right?
Ooh.
I know Jimmy G.
Rodgers.
Jimmy G could potentially go to his second Super Bowl, right, this year. But has he been the right one for those 2 Super Bowls? He's a winner. He's got him there. But is he the right guy? Kirk and him are really similar
Yeah.
in how they play.
Except
But
for Kirk is better, right? I agree. I think he is.
better overall.
Better overall. If you were putting them like stat by stat, Madden.
Yeah, if you look
Yeah,
stats,
better
but
overall.
winning, they're not, man.
Right.
No, that's proven fact.
Yeah.
I mean, that
That's
obviously
where
has
it's
been.
like, what's the
He
difference?
showed a little bit different this year than we've ever seen from him before, though.
Right.
Right.
So
Yeah, I agree
here's
with
the
that,
thing
yeah.
about
He
Kirk.
needs to learn how to check out of a goddamn play.
That's
Yeah.
so
Kirk's
big.
That
a
is
much better
literally-
Jesus,
quarterback.
come on, man.
Kirk's a much better quarterback than him. Jimmy G has been, and this is my take,
Opportunistic.
is opportunistic. He's been a average quarterback with a good defense, so you don't have to take many shots, right? You can keep going down and getting into field goal range. You don't have to keep putting the touchdowns in.
Mm-hmm.
You can be real efficient. They've had a run game, solid run game all the time, and then you lean on that defense, right? The Vikings, I know you could try to say our defense is this and that, but the pieces have always been beat up, right? They've never really been all together.
Yep.
So it's been the offense having to perform, and Kirk's trying to score, and they have, right?
And they've been doing it, right?
They've been able to score, and
this year he showed that he could come and lead you down when it's crunch time.
So absolutely, Kirk is much better quarterback. You do not
like
Jimmy
I can't believe
guy.
the Niners didn't or even had the conversation to even bring him on. That is a much bigger upgrade, unless you have that much faith in your future, and Trey Lance, which you guys know I like Trey Lance.
Yeah.
But evidently, remember the little rift, there might not be everyone on the same page with the Trey Lance in the organization.
Yeah,
right.
He might not be the guy, right?
So if you actually swapped, not swapped because I don't want Jimmy G, but if they actually got Kirk Cousins, they would be. God, I hate to say it because it seems like you'd be giving away that quarterback, but he may be a Super Bowl winning quarterback with that organization.
Yeah,
because I think he's that much better.
Maybe, yeah. I definitely agree. He's a better quarterback. When you look at stats, he reads defenses better, right? He just doesn't make the adjustments before,
and he doesn't call out of something. That's his biggest downfall. If he calls a play, Dak obviously had no problem calling out of plays, evidently, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Dak has been in the league way less time.
Yep.
Right? He didn't even get the keys to the franchise until what, this year? Technically? Is that when he got his contract?
Yeah.
Yeah, before, yep.
Officially keys to the or was that
that was last summer.
Yep.
Then
he's been Minnesota's guy for 4 years now, right? 4. And he still doesn't check out of a play. Even when it's obvious.
Hey, new
Could be different
coach.
without Zimmer.
Exactly. Yeah. Zimmer probably kept people on lock, to be honest with you. So.
We'll keep her moving because we got to get into some of our other stuff here. Arizona State offensive coordinator Zach Hill has resigned amid NCAA investigation into alleged recruiting violations in the Sun Devils program. Don't know what those are.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know there was very many of them left.
Yeah, no kidding.
I don't know what else it could be. I mean,
yeah, don't know.
There's got to be something like Adidas / Nike, or if you come here, we're going to partner you with this agent. Because I think that's
we gave your mom a house so she could watch you play games.
No,
I
think you're allowed to borderline still do that or do that now. But I think it's like you can't put them with agents and stuff like that and shoe deals and you know what I mean. I would have to assume it's something like that. I don't know for a fact though. But
such a great line. I don't know.
Yep. The Bucs are making Chris Godwin their top priority in re-signing this offseason, considering him the Levante David of their offense.
Yes.
Why are they making him the top priority, Jimmer?
Because TB12 is going to retire.
It's looking that way, right?
Yep. Heard some news that is upcoming in a few days.
You make this one, first off, he's young. He's relatively young.
Yeah, 25, I believe.
And it is a damn good market. Have you seen the free agent wire coming if they don't stay with their same team? It's one hell of a market if you got money.
Mm-hmm.
I would have to... You make him that because I think quite a few of those boys are moving on. And you're also thinking that you have Tom Brady for another year, or that you think you can. So you still need the weapons around him. That's what you need. So that's why you make it top. Now, whether that actually comes true, because what you're reading about him possibly retiring in the next few days.
So here's my take. I think Colts move away from Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz goes and plays with Arians because he really liked him, and you should hear some of the words he talked about Carson Wentz coming out of college and how he was praise him right and left. TB12 is going to retire. He's going to try I'm not sure what Carson's deal is, but either swing for that, get him to come in.
And surround him with all the weapons.
Yes. Yeah.
Are you calling your shot, bitch?
He's
am.
calling it. Let's go.
I would have to pull up that, but yeah, just everything,
Curry.
the article that I found about everything he says about Carson Wentz, it was like, hey, TB12 retires, he's going to try to get Carson Wentz in.
Damn. Okay.
And why wouldn't you? The only other way I wouldn't, he's not a sexy name, is why he plays all right for the Buccaneers, is their backup. You know who that is?
Blaine Gabbert.
Gabbert, yeah.
And he actually does all right with him. He really does.
Does all right. He's not going to
But he isn't Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
I got you. Carson, as long as he can stay out of his own head. Yeah, if you're calling your shot, you heard it here first.
Yeah,
you
listen.
heard
you
it
heard it
here
here.
first.
You know damn well their offensive line is fine because Tom Brady was there.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
He can't move. He's not going anywhere. And that's what Wentz needs. He needs protection. He has weapons.
Weapons
Holy
everywhere.
shit, Rio. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
And obviously, they weren't committal on him in Indianapolis. So he's not going to want to be there anyway because he wants a team that full blown is on him.
Yep.
He's that type of mental kind of person, head case, that he needs someone to fully commit to him for him to lighten himself up.
Yep. Agreed.
And then former Alabama linebacker Trey DePriest arrested Thursday in Ohio on multiple charges, including assault, felonious assault, and armed robbery in Detroit.
Jesus. When you say former, how old is he, Jimmer?
I think it was 2011 is when he played with them.
Okay.
So 2015 was the last year
So-
that he was in the NFL. He went undrafted. I think he went to the Ravens or something like that, went undrafted.
30-ish.
Yep.
Okay. Damn.
Yep.
So here's back on I found what I had read. Arians back in 2017 compared him to Andrew Luck and Roethlisberger. And also, everywhere he's been, Arians has liked a bigger quarterback, size-wise. 6'5" is Carson Wentz's height.
Yep.
That's a great take. I like that. Yeah.
Mhm. Somebody must have gave it to him.
Boom. Me, just gave it to you.
There you go. And that's what I got. I'm going to give you my weird law, and then we're going to kick her over to Rio here for some of his.
All right. What's the weird law, baby?
It is, gentlemen, illegal to ride a cow while drunk in Scotland.
Sober, though, you're good.
I'm not moving to Scotland. Why would you take the fun out of life?
Yeah. Why would you do it when you're sober? First of all.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
do you
true.
see these chicks riding those bulls, those mechanical bulls, doing it sober? Come on.
Not happening.
Yeah. They're super hammered.
Yeah. So I just thought that one was pretty interesting, and goddamn Scott. I already know that they already have their issues if you've ever watched Braveheart. So I know.
It's a realistic. Yes. It's a realistic depiction of today in
Yes.
Scotland. So I love it.
Yeah, it don't
Yeah.
matter. Obviously, they still have a little bit of that government stuff going on. If you can't ride you can't ride a cow.
Don't tell me what to do with my
Just
cow
'cause you're
stand.
intoxicated. Yeah. Now, if you understand, if it said don't fuck your cow when you're drunk, fine, or at all, great.
Oh,
but-
yeah. You better correct.
I was going to say, what? Hold on.
Or, hold on.
Yeah.
Either inebriated or not.
You got to be sober and consensual, folks.
Right. Right. But not to be able to ride.
So what if you're drunk and you tip the cow? Like we might do or might not do in Iowa.
It says nothing about that. So
Okay.
you might be able to do
Fair
that.
Very
game.
good.
Fair
Okay.
game. Okay.
All right, Rio.
All right, time
What
for
we got?
Rio's Randoms, brought to you by Bose Power Washing, located in Belmont, Iowa. Hit them up for any of your cleaning needs, gutter cleanings, power washing needs. He also moves snow in the wintertime.
Does mow and lawn work.
Yep. All right, here we go. You get one chance to hit a time machine and come back. Are you going forwarding in time or backwards?
Oh, and you get to come back. You didn't say that in the
Yep.
first part.
You get one. You can hit it once and come back.
So before you answer, God damn it, because you did not say that the first time. About
You don't
coming
have
back.
to. You don't have to come back, but you can come back.
I was
So
just saying,
you going into
I
forward?
would go. No, I would go the other way. So if I wasn't coming back, if let's say if it was on the table, because that's how I read it when you said it. If you can't come back, it's a one-way travel. I'm going in the past.
Okay.
I don't want to see. First off, I don't want to see the horrendousness of it, of what's going on. I don't want to see. I don't want to know when I die, any of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But what I do know is I know stuff that ends up taking off stock-wise
Okay.
already.
Sure.
But if I had to, I would literally flip it if it was the other way. If it was a one-way trip, I think I'd flip it because then I can make something work. Also coming back to the taking care of people.
See, I would go because no
pass.
matter what, you go back and you know what to invest stock wise, but you don't have the money to buy that much stock, right? I'm actually going to go forward, see the Powerball numbers for next week, and pick my Powerball numbers when I come back.
Oh, okay. Oh, real little of you. You don't even want to do the homework part of it. Son of a bitch.
Yeah,
I'd have to go in the past, I think.
it depends on where we're at, right?
You get to pick.
So
where
let's
you-
say I know.
Okay,
So let's say you've seen Terminator, right? So John Connor knows what's going to happen in the future. So he's got to go take care of shit and come back, right? But if you want to get rich, you go to the past and you say, I'm going to pick these Powerball numbers. I'm going to do whatever. I'm going to
No, you
invest
go to
in-
the future to
No.
get rich.
That's in your opinion. I get that.
So if you go back in time, and are you going to have enough money to still invest?
Yeah, if you
yeah,
go to
because
the
the value,
right
because
spot.
and the value of the dollar was
Yeah,
way better
you go
back
drop,
then.
You drop $100 in Google, you're
Dude,
fucking a billionaire
Hold on.
right now.
Yeah,
right?
$100 and $100 back then was probably 1 million shares.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So
So I
depends on
see it
where we're
both
at.
ways. Your
Yeah.
lottery ticket numbers, yes. Then your boom.
Yeah. So with that, I'm going to play out a scenario, and I'm going to say I'm going to go in the future
Okay.
because I do think shit's getting fucked up,
Yeah.
and I think some crazy stuff's going to happen. So I'm going to have to go fix it and then come back. So I'm going to go future, Rio. I like where you're going.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Let me extend onto that one a little bit for you.
No.
No, a little bit onto that
Uh-uh.
one.
Rabbit
where,
hole.
Where would you go? Which era? It doesn't matter. How many? Let's say you wanted to say 2040. If I said pass, like I did, what would my era be that I would actually go to?
Dude, I'm going to the next time they draw the Powerball.
Jesus, you're so generic.
Okay. I'm going to go. If I was legitimately worried about where I think we're going, I'm going to go just 5 years in the future.
Okay,
Yeah.
just 5 years.
See what's up and come back.
In the
What about you?
In the past, I think I would go for comfort level, like for like where I wanna. I think I could do Old Western, bro. I'm telling you,
Okay.
some Old Western. You get some 6-shooters on your fucking hip, and
Okay.
you run your own stuff. And I mean, if we were purely doing just based off of money and all that stuff, you go back to the 60s. Then.
Right.
You know, 60, 70, somewhere in that ballpark.
Okay.
We were talking about like you actually living there.
So who are you trying to take out? What's up?
You know, I don't know, but the history books would be reading a lot different than Jesse James. That's for damn sure, baby.
It'll be James.
Yeah.
James, what's up?
Yeah,
All right.
that's what I'm saying. And you own your own shit. You take what you want. Back then, you took
like
what you
it.
wanted and you kept it, right?
I like it.
And you can still be respectable as long as you toss some of that money back towards people, like Robin Hood.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. Next one. If you knew the world was ending in a week and money wasn't an issue, what would you do? Now, let's hold it to like 3 things. Tell me your top 3 things you'd do. Money wasn't an issue. World's ending in a week.
Damn. That's a good one.
Big time asteroid.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I would literally, because it's gonna be with my family, and I'm just gonna ask them what they want to do. That's the easiest answer I can give you. And it's not even just easy. That's literally what I would do. I'd be like, hey, what do you guys want to do? Because I'm also a realist. I'm gonna tell them what's going on, and this is what we get to do to enjoy. We don't need to panic. What are we gonna do? What do you want to do?
You get to do one thing, whatever you want.
Whatever you want to do, let's do it. And that's how that's how mine would be. I'd give them the option.
All right. So I'm not going to give them an option. Okay? Because that'll take us all over the world. We don't have that much time, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take all my kids in an airplane, and we're going to jump out of an airplane to see
Parachutes
what that
on
experience is
or no?
like. That's right, parachutes on.
Okay.
Yep. Just to experience that before the world
Okay.
ends. Yeah. Because it's
I'm
phenomenal.
also getting into an airplane on one of my deals.
All right. What do you got?
Me and my wife joined the Mile High Club. What's up?
What's up?
What's up?
Yeah, I'm not saying that's out of the picture, right? I mean,
You
we
got
got,
kids,
we
you
got
gotta-
3 days
hold
left.
on,
all
hold
right?
on. You gotta
still
push the-
smashing.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
You're
we got 3
pushing the
days
kids out. You got 30 seconds.
No,
knock it out.
At
jump
this
out.
point, the kids don't matter. I don't give a shit if you're there. We're dead in 3 days.
Right.
It's going
right.
down.
Yeah, it's going down.
Right?
Not
Yeah.
trying to do it that way, but if it isn't,
Yeah.
so
so
be
if
it.
it happens.
Kind of there too with the family deal. We're gonna go do something, see something cool for
Yep.
2 of them, and then join the Mile High Club. Absolutely. Oh yeah.
Hold on a second. It is an asteroid.
I don't know. Just world ending.
You're dead in
just
3
say
days.
Whatever.
asteroid.
You're dead.
Just
You're
say
dead in
asteroid.
5 days.
Just say asteroid. Because you guys should have one answer for this then.
I ain't calling Brucey.
No, I'm going SpaceX. You said no money. Oh, I'm going to get myself off the damn planet with my family.
All
Then.
right. We're going to hit up Elon.
Depends on how we're ending this world, baby.
Okay. All right.
Trying to get
There
that
you go.
nookie for a couple more days at least.
Right.
Go ahead.
All right. Last one. Gonna be a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather be caught watching pornography by your parents or accidentally send them a nude picture?
Get caught watching pornography. All day.
Porn, 100%.
Sending them an accidental cock shot or something. No.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm going with that one. Accidentally send them because it's just one shot they get to see. They're not busting me in. I'm just getting crazy.
Yeah, but they
How
have
cra-
it.
how
They
cra-
have it.
First off,
Who are
They're
they
gonna
send it
delete
to?
it. They're gonna delete
Do
it.
you think so?
Yeah. Well,
I hope so.
I would hope so.
First off,
right?
but hold on. How crazy are you getting your fucking masturbation, Rio? Like seriously, what
right,
are they
dude,
catching me
I'm
on?
trying to get
They're-
comfy, man.
So they're watching they're watching me watch porn
Leg
and my
up and
dick's
shit.
underneath the blanket and it's getting whacked. I
Exactly.
don't understand.
Are you just seeing bumping in the blanket, or what are you seeing?
Nah, dude, like full everything.
You're at,
everything.
like you're
So
on the
you're the-
couch.
so you're comfortable.
So what? You're that stupid and you can't hear them coming
the
at
door
all?
open.
Oh my
Like
God.
as in the sense where you can't get someone. They're actually seeing
Right.
you full fledged.
Yeah, you're just full
and you have that butt plug going on.
You're
yours?
like that dude I seen in the porta potty, just getting it, pants around his ankles, 1 foot out of his jeans,
Like you're stuck.
just getting.
It's still gonna be
comfy.
that. It's still gotta be that.
Not ever me. I'm sending the pic.
No.
Yeah, I agree. My especially if my dad was still here, he would send that to everybody he knows.
Yeah.
So no, not. I don't know what kind of faces I make.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not interested in fucking seeing some shit. Yeah.
They're trying to cover up as soon as possible. They're not taking that. Like if they come down and they see what's going on, they're kind of going like this. They open their phone, and it is a pure.
All right. So
It's in your face.
clear this up for me. Am I actually sending this to my biological mom?
Right.
or-
There's a huge difference.
because I'm gonna be
Touche.
like, do I look like my dad or what's good?
She's a classy lady. You stay. You stop it. You stop it
we
right
don't
now.
go down that rabbit
It
hole.
might be your uncle in prison, right?
Miss you, Uncle.
So,
See you in 20 years.
Miss you, Wong.
All right, and
I
that's
like
what
it.
I got.
That was brought to you by
Bose Power Washing.
Belmont, Iowa.
Shout out to Bo. Hit him up. Very affordable. Very good guy. He'll take care of you. for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So who's got the "It makes sense if you don't think about it"?
We got a story quick. Remember?
Story time. Before we go into that, you're right, Jimmer. What's up?
Little story time. I think I'm gonna bring it.
We
up
had a
on here.
write-in for this one, guys. So listen up.
We did. So this was given to us technically from a coworker, but he messaged us on it, and it was about what his daughter said to his wife. And if you had said it to your wife, she would probably kill you, right? Anything that gets like that angry, like, or chirping. Waiting for the thing. Here we go. Want to load?
I got
This-
so many things. real.
This reminds me, because I got to hear this story.
Okay.
Yeah, the TikToks where it's playing the song. It's like, "Go best friend."
Right.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Those
Yeah.
are pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot that he sent it to my personal one, not the company one. Give me 1 sec. Here we go.
It's all good. What we got?
Okay. Will Arnold.
Shout out, Will.
He says, getting his daughter ready for school in the morning. I'm sitting at kitchen table with his son, who is eating breakfast, and wife is in living room with daughter helping her get ready. The daughter asks if I could brush her hair, so I go into the living room, and the wife goes, I can do it. The daughter tells her, I want dad to, and you can go sit with Eli in the kitchen. The wife responds back, well, I'm sitting here, and without missing a beat, his daughter says, his daughter comes back with, well, there are chairs in the kitchen you can sit on too.
That's awesome.
Straight power move.
Will said he had to try his best not to laugh his ass off.
Try
'cause
his.
he-
I would have laughed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that definitely would have happened.
That's
But
awesome.
brings me to have you had that moment, whether it was to you, to your, with your kids, to you, about you,
Oh,
whatever.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
Ria.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Will.
I had my kids, and this is why I hate being sarcastic. around them because I'm starting to get it back now, right? They're starting to read what I'm putting down, and they're giving it back to me. Orion's like, my oldest son, can I have some chips when I get home? I said, maybe. I don't even know if we have chips. Maybe, maybe we're out or something like that. And he's like, well, if you just open the doors and look in the cabinet, you'll know.
Right?
Shit, dude. I'm going to punch you in the throat, but you're fucking right.
Yeah.
But you're not wrong.
Man, there's a lot of like little examples just like that. Like Banner would say some shit like that. Just open the drawer and you can tell me if we have it, right? I think the biggest thing that my kids do is Banner has started playing Fortnite recently, right?
Yes.
And Rio, I know you used to be pretty good at Fortnite back in the day. And
3 months ago.
Yesterday.
Night was balling out. I gave it up last night.
And so it's not just a matter of if they swear, right? Because we use profanity, right? In the house, we all do. If we get mad about something, we're like, fuck, whatever. We say stuff, and the kids hear it, whatever. And it's funny when they first say it, because you're like, oh, you have no idea what that means.
Funny.
You just said fuck, but it was in the wrong context. When they start using it in the right context, right? So Banner will be playing Fortnite, and he'll get mad because he died, and he'll throw the controller down on the couch and say, God damn it, I died. I have to laugh because I'm like, fuck, you said it right, bro. It wasn't like a random thing. Like, that fit perfect. I'd be pissed, too. Like, I think that's the biggest thing with him. So he's 5, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the biggest thing I can think of.
I thought he gave you one or Sam one just the other day or last week or something. Can't remember what it was. That was a damn good one. I laughed. But mine would have to be like Quentin. I'll say my youngest son and my oldest son. So Dominic started playing baseball again, refreshing himself. He took 2-3 years off during the time that is actually the most pivotal when you're younger, like that, where you actually start getting the muscle memory, all that shit, blah, blah, blah. So we're out there. We're doing some batting practice, me, Dom, and Q, and I go and throw. I'm pitching to Dominic, and he's having a rough time, right? He's connecting on some, but it's like they're like small dribblers, when he's hitting it, or he's missing, and he's missing and missing. Quentin's like, we're sitting there trying to pick him up, as I'm pick up Dominic. Quentin gets up to the plate. Now, Quentin has been playing travel ball at least 1 year at that point and had been playing baseball his whole life. I mean, yeah, he was only at that point 8, 9 years old. And 5 pitches, ding, 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 all hit. See, Dominic, it's easy. See the ball, hit the ball.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm like, dude, if you were my younger brother, I'd punch you right
I was going to say, big
mouth.
brother's
Beat
about
the
to
shit out of
body.
you.
Yeah.
Body younger
He's like,
brother.
yeah, but see, bro, it's that easy. See the ball, hit the ball. Yeah, because it was like 5 straight. Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, because listen, Quinn's a big kid. Dom could still mess him up right now.
Oh, yeah.
Okay? So
He still has
let's be
another
real.
year. Yeah, another couple years where he'd be able to get away with it. So,
Yep.
yeah, he should have. But, yeah, that's the swag between these two. It gets way worse now the older they get, and they chirp each other pretty damn hard. And
They're competitive, man. It's all good.
There's some feelings
Yeah.
that get thrown around up in there.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. So, who do you got? What do you got for that makes sense?
Hold on. Before we do that, we got some games on Sunday.
That we do.
Who's going to the Super Bowl in a few weeks?
Oh, we almost didn't do our game pick.
Yeah,
we
gotta
can't
do
let
that.
Jimmer
And
lead
Jimmer-
this
That
thing.
wasn't me. He
No.
brought it up before that.
No, I did.
Yeah.
But first of all, I want to call you out on something.
What's that?
This is not a cover. This is not a fucking bet the over-under.
Yeah,
this
this
is
is a
who's
straight-up
going to
bet.
make
Why?
it to the Super Bowl.
Who wins
Why?
the game?
Why wouldn't you? I'll do both. Why wouldn't you at least pick the? It's also
But you don't
betting.
do both. You don't do both.
You
Jimmer.
can do both. You can money line it.
No, that's
I'll
not
money
what
line
you
But
do.
we're not doing it right.
I am
We
doing
are.
that. I am doing
Who
that.
is going to the Super Bowl, Jimmer?
I am making my pick. My upset pick. I have the Bengals covering 7.5. I have the Chiefs winning the game.
As long as you call that out, because you haven't done that till today.
That is what I did. I said who was calling it.
You
Yeah.
did not do it.
No, you did not.
Son of a. You guys are.
You didn't do it.
You've been
Yeah.
doing covering. You and
You
Rio
got it.
got into a fight over it.
Yeah.
He's like, you're not picking the winner? You're like, no, I'm just saying who's
yeah,
covering.
you literally did that.
No. Either way.
Yes.
I know what I'm doing. I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you.
Right.
I'll go back and listen
So
to
you
it. And then I'll
got
show
you
but-
got the Chiefs, though. Okay, so you got the Chiefs.
And I have the Rams covering 3.5. What does that mean?
Winning the game, baby.
There we go. I had the Rams winning that game at SoFi Stadium. And I'm going to throw you one more Stone Cold lock.
Here we go.
My Stone Cold lock is I have Nadal losing to Medvedev is the one in the championship with him.
Let's go.
Medvedev is minus 156. He is doing this, the swag from this man. I've been hearing his little chirps, not only about him, but about the field, but also taking a shot at Djokovic.
I will warm whiskey wager that and
Let's
take
do it.
Nadal. Let's
You
go.
want to take Nadal, baby?
You know
You want
what?
some of that action?
I'll take Nadal too. Yeah.
You want some of that?
Yeah.
Why is it always I got
I
to
like
take
it.
2 or you guys take 1?
No, I like the pick,
Yeah.
right? I like that, but Nadal's so much better than everybody except for Djokovic that I'm going to take
Not
Nadal.
Medvedev.
Yeah.
I'm going to appreciate you guys doing this. You did
What's
hear
the
me
bet,
say
Jimmer? What's the bet?
that 10 hikes. We got to get rid of it.
Double shot at
That's-
10 high.
that's-
Not double. You guys would have to take double. I would have to take 1 apiece
What?
from you. From you. So I take a double regardless.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that's-
You guys
we
would
have
have
to
take
take
a double.
2.
We're on the same page. Yeah, it's good.
Okay. All right.
Deal. We need
Boom.
to start getting into the.
I'll
Look at that.
let-
It's not even.
Don't worry, we got plenty of basketball left, college and NBA. It's all
Absolutely.
good.
We have some March Madness
That's
coming up here
right.
soon.
That's right. So
Let's do it.
Rio's typing that up. It's going to be a Chiefs-Rams Super Bowl for sure. I think that it's great. And this is another one of those that I hope I'm wrong. I hope Joey B does some shit and they get
Yeah.
to the Super Bowl. I do. I just don't see it happening yet. Maybe in the next couple of years. But I think it's going to be Chiefs-Rams. And on the Rams side, they were beating the shit out of the Niners, right?
Yeah.
Before the Niners came back and ran the ball. I think they're going to adjust,
Yep.
and they're going to be fine. And a lot of it plays into Debo's health, too, because he runs that team. Like, he's everything. He's the heartbeat of that team. But ultimately, Rams are going to pull it out. I haven't even looked at the line. I haven't looked at who's favorite.
So when they did play each other, was that week 18? The final game, or was that the game?
It was
before?
the
Yeah,
last
it was
game.
like
It
last.
was the
They had
last
to
game.
win to
Last
get
game.
in.
It wasn't the last. It wasn't the week before that.
No, they had to win to
Okay.
get in. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I just had a general question, but that's fine.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, that was it. So that's what
All
I
right.
got, man.
There you go.
Here we
General
go.
consensus
Here we
on-
go.
On it, the Rams will win that game. Definitely taking those guys, I think. My beginning of the year pick, right,
Okay.
was
What?
Rams.
What are you pointing at?
Right now, you're about to hear it. And
And now the Bengals will knock off the Chiefs.
Oh,
And the Chiefs will blitz, and Joey B will find that pressure. The deal with the Titans was they got pressured for, right? Simmons up the middle all day. They didn't have to blitz. Well, when they blitz, they'll find the open man. He's not going to have
And
to wait
they-
for the coverage to open
and they
up.
got special athletes.
they do.
Yeah.
And
Jimmer.
you put that extra syllable when you have those type of special athletes out there.
You damn right.
Athletes.
So I think this will be a great game.
Okay.
I think the Rams will win comfortably. I think this Chiefs-Bengals game will be
So
a
let-
high-scoring game.
So let me let
Awesome
everyone
game.
know what you're saying right now. He's saying they're both going to cover because they don't know how to do
Hey,
betting.
you
I
know,
gotcha.
some people in the sports world don't bet, Jimmer, and so they don't know what that means.
That's why we educate them, Chris.
We can try, certainly.
That's what we're here for, to educate.
How often is Vegas right, Jimmer?
More times than not.
That's right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Way more times than not.
So my point when I was pointing at you, I knew he was going to say Bengals.
Mhm.
Are you in?
No. I'm Burrow winning?
No. You just asked why do we always do bets against you? Are you in on this bet?
No.
Because we're about to do a 10 high on this
No,
shit.
I want Joe Burrow to win. So I want that to happen.
Right.
I can't. I'm not making a
So you're
bet.
going to do a 10 high if Joe wins. Are you good with that?
I'll take. How about this? I'm not going to make the bet because I want them to win.
Jesus Christ.
No, listen. I won't make the bet because I want them to win. I'm picking the Chiefs, but I want Burrow to win. I'll take the shot just in celebration
Okay.
if he does. How about that?
All right, fine. Rio, I got you.
Okay.
Just
There
in,
we go.
Bengals.
just in
All right.
celebration.
Bengals versus
Yeah.
Chiefs.
Yep, let's go.
I would love nothing better than that.
Yep, I love that.
Because the rest
I
of the
agree with
bottle
you.
can go to one of those Chiefs fans that are going to be wallowing in their tears, saying they got hosed out of something. One of the ones we work with. So
I like that too.
whatever we get out of there, they'll be killing the rest of the bottle, wanting to crying in the corner, jerking off to their tears with their tears.
I like it.
There we go.
Inappropriate,
So-
appropriate, whatever.
Jesus, we're finally down to the thick part of that 10 high.
Shit.
Pull that up, Jimmer.
The thick part?
Yeah, the fucking the half gallon.
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Jesus.
It's,
We're
out,
out of the
it's
neck.
out of the neck.
It's out of the neck.
Jesus.
Let's go.
They're so bad.
Yeah.
I wonder how good it would taste with tea.
Not great.
Horrible. All right.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Makes sense if you don't think about
All
it.
right. I will do a make sense if you don't think about it. I worked with this fella back in Texas, and he wasn't the smartest fella. He said some crazy stuff, and there's probably some more make sense coming up about this guy. But
That's not nice to talk about yourself like that, buddy.
yeah, I was talking to the mayor. and
Hypothetically.
I said I was saying I was a good football team. And,
So you're saying something
Anyways.
smart then? Wow.
anyways, talking with this guy, and he's like, we were talking about dinner or something we made, and I was talking about ramen noodles, right? I'm a kind of a ramen noodle connoisseur.
Mhm.
Well, anyways, he was like, yeah, I feed them to my daughter all the time. Well, I knew, his family. I'm like, what do you mean? Your 3-year-old? Because that's her age was 3. He's like, yeah, that's what I give her almost every night for dinner, whatever. I'm like, dude, those are like unhealthy and not good for her. He's like, and he legit says, no, they're fine. They're not that bad. What do you mean? They're just noodles. I'm like, dude, that is like the most unhealthiest thing that you could give your child. He's like, no, He's like, oh, that's crazy. I've never heard of that. And he like didn't believe me. The next day he comes back. He's like, yeah, I looked into that. You're right. I'm gonna stop giving her that ramen noodles. I'm like, yeah, dude. So makes sense if you don't think about it.
Makes
Ramen
sense
noodles.
if you
That
don't think
just
about it.
the look and the smell. That's not good for you.
Let me be real. Ember eats that like 4 times a week. So
Right. So
that's my 3-year-old daughter.
Here,
just
so we're gonna turn
aware.
that. We're gonna go ahead and turn this around
Yeah.
and say it makes sense if you don't
Don't
think about it when it comes to Rio, because my children eat ramen noodles too. I'm confused by
That's
this story.
fine. But a 3-year-old all the time. He was saying like every day.
Oh, every
like
day.
3 times a week, probably. Yeah.
Oh no, he was saying like every night. Like
Yeah.
he couldn't get her to eat dinner, I guess. And so he'd make her ramen noodles every night.
Well, so at a certain age, it's like it's more important that they get calories than what comes in the calories, right?
Yeah.
So like 3-year age, that's about the right ballpark. But so to be fair, Ember gets like vitamins and she eats fruit and all that stuff besides that.
Yeah.
Right. But she fucking loves ramen noodles, man.
Oh,
and
I
if
love
I
them,
don't
too.
if I don't feed that to her, she gets pissed. She's like, "Where are the cutters?" Because I cut her noodles up
Oh,
too for
yeah.
her, right?
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I get that. How old was he back then? This guy,
This guy, he was like 40.
and he had a 3-year-old.
Yeah.
Jesus.
They were.
That's what
Yeah.
it used to be, Danny. We're just
Yeah, we're ahead of the
Right.
curve. Shit.
Yeah.
Plus-
So I believe he had a teenager and then he had like a 3-year-old. It was crazy.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
me too.
Yeah.
Yep.
But no, he was legit. Like he's like, yeah, I
Every
can't get
night.
her. She won't want to eat anything except ramen noodles. So
No, no.
every night.
So I will give you that then 100%. That makes sense if you don't think about it. Because I'm like, every night,
Every
bro,
night is
you
tough,
got to
yeah.
try something else. Some
Right.
chicken nuggets.
Well-
How's your kid not eating chicken nuggets?
Yeah, get some
That
protein.
sodium content every night.
Oh, my
I was just
God.
like, geez, dude.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. He legit was like, no, that's not bad for her.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
That's different.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. We're not even saying that it's necessarily good for him
Right.
anyway. But oh my
Right?
god.
No, he was
Okay.
like legit.
Okay.
Not.
Like fighting you on it.
Yeah, could not understand that ramen noodles was bad to feed his daughter every night.
Yeah.
Well, when it's a like main dish in some we'll say prison complexes, it's probably not the greatest for you, right, Jimmer?
right.
Like yeah, maybe do something else, but because we'll do, fucking sandwiches, corn dogs, like
Yeah.
we'll do stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
You got to get some protein in you for sure. Every day is tough. That's
Yeah.
a lot. Man.
Every day.
Yeah.
And then him to
Jesus.
battle me and say, oh, no, it's healthy. It's fine. It's just some noodles.
no
Like,
shit.
dude, have you read
No,
what's on the back?
no,
of
it is
Like,
not just noodles. How do you think they got them to hold together? It is not. But they're good.
How many?
That they are.
Not good for you.
Not good for you. But
How many videos have we seen of them using ramen noodles to like fix
Oh,
desks
yes.
like this, right?
glue them together?
Fucking-
and-
yeah,
oh
glue-
yeah, I've seen them. And
Jesus.
so when he tried to defend that, I'm like, yeah. He come back the next day. He's like, yeah, I did some looking at that. Not so great. Maybe I won't feed him to her all week.
Not the move. Jesus.
Oh,
I love it.
good times.
Right on. Good stuff. Well, yeah, we don't have much left of anything, I don't think,
Nope.
right? Shout out to SMB. We're representing up there
Yeah.
with the peach and the apple. The apple's gone. Where the fuck did the apple go?
No, that was actually everyone we had over that one night.
Oh,
Remember?
yeah, it
They
was
were,
gone.
like chugging
Actually,
away.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
This Sir Winston. I'm telling you, you can't go wrong. So damn good, so damn smooth.
Yeah, 100%. So the SMB Farms is always good stuff. What I'm drinking, I've just got a little Fireball that I put on ice because my frenemies present from Tiara was Fireball, of course.
Yes.
So we've got a little bit of that, a little bit of cinnamon.
Okay.
We've got more peach over there, and
We got some 10 High. If any, you fine gentlemen
legendary 10 High.
would
Let's go.
like a drink.
Some rich and rare peach, too.
Yeah. If you want a cheap drunk, it's going down right there with 10 High, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I don't need to get drunk that bad.
No doubt, man.
If you also need to sterilize any of your surgery equipment,
Surgical equipment, which you may need to do for the sense that if you are making surgery and you're not a doctor, you're probably doing it in the backwoods anyways, or suggesting it like a boss did. We'll bring that up. It doesn't make sense to you if you don't think about it here soon.
100%, man.
All right.
Shit. All right. Well, it's about time to close her out. So, hey, thanks everybody for listening. I don't know if you guys know the camera's up there, right?
Yeah.
So, as we close her out, if they're listening or if they want to find us, Jimmer, where do they find us?
You can find us and listen to us on Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Instagram, Twitter. Get it. Come on. Share, like, comment. The whole works. Download, help.
Yeah. And, Will tonight, he shot us a message and said, hey, share this because it was hilarious, right? If you want to hit us up, it all goes down
in the DMs, shoot us a
Yeah.
message if you have something funny you want said, and we'll let the people know.
Yeah, 100%. We're going to be meeting with Mr. Malachi and his family this weekend, which is going to be a big deal on Sunday. Be sure to tune in because this kid is a stud, okay?
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, hit us up in the DMs. Make sure you like and follow. Give us a rating, too. We don't talk about that enough. If you don't like it, if you like it, whatever. Preferably, if you like it, hit us up, 5-star, whatever. If you don't like it, Jimmer, what do you think? If they don't like it?
Keep your shit to yourself.
Yeah, fuck off.
Yeah.
For sure. But yeah, hey, we got to get back to some business. We got to eat some food. So we'll see all you guys later. Thanks for listening. This is 3 Gig Sports.
We out.
From nothing, no hindsight discussions. I've been writing, I love it. All this doubt around me, damn it, look, I got